I'm out there. Sports Goombahs, Cassidy King here. I got my chef to the left, Brendan B. I got Mike at the wall next to me. Sports Goombahs webcast show. Cassidy King here. I'm waiting to see if the audio comes on. No audio yet? Here it comes. Put that audio on. It's from the delay.
Oh.
What's up?
We're always on a delay.
There we go. Now we're on. All right, let's start this again. Cassidy King Sports Goombahs, powered by the sportsgoombahs.com. We're brought to you by, we've got a new advertiser this week.
Yeah.
Okay. Boogaloo Vape Shots. Boogaloo Vape Shots, 933 McDade Boulevard in Collinsdale, Pennsylvania. I don't know. Do you know anything about this vape stuff? That's supposed to be an alternative way of feeling good.
Smoking. No, it's just it's not smoking cigarettes. It's cigarette.
No, well, I know.
It's alternative to cigarette.
Well, anyway, 933 McDade Boulevard. It's a safe alternative way of getting your smoke on. So get all your vape needs at it's called the Boogaloo Vape Shop. Go on Facebook at Boogaloo Vape Shop. I can't even say it. Boogaloo Vape Shop. Give them a call, 610-915-3035. Follow them on Instagram and on Facebook at Boogaloo Vape Shop. Boy, I can get
BoogalooVapeShop.com.
Now, when you say that, I don't want to say that no more. Also brought to you tonight by Auto Magic Car Care. 215-322-2561. Told you about these guys. They make your car slip shiny away, man. Great interior work. Even take out a couple dents I hear now, too, if you have them. A few dents, they'll put out the dents. Yeah.
A little auto body shop?
I think so. I think there's a little auto body going on there.
All
Check
right.
them out. 215-322-2561. Get your car, your truck, your bus, your bicycle, and your snowmobile, whatever. Get it all shined up by Auto Magic Car Care.
Snowmobile.
Also, seal roofing. See all your roof problems with one call. 215-533-4066. Now, the most important number you have today is our number, 267-563-2893. 267-563-2893 is a Sports Goombahs smoke phone. Call or even text us if you want. You don't want to hear it.
Smoke Goombahs vape phone for tonight.
The vape phone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The vape phone. There you go. Get your smoke on.
Yeah, that's it.
Call 267-563-2893.
Well done.
There you go, B. Stuck him in there. Charge him a couple extra bucks for that move. We are live at www.sg show, and if you're watching this right now, you already know that. Also, follow us on Twitter at Cassidy King at Sports Goombahs and Facebook Sports Goombahs. You want to, jot down anything. Listen, little contest going. This week I had a birthday. Right?
Yes, you did.
Happy birthday.
I turned old, 52.
Just turned
I know,
old?
I don't look no 52, right, guys? Huh?
You look a day over dead.
You put me in with you guys, and I'm the same age.
It looks like any card in that deck.
Well,
You got this Al Davis look going on.
Al Davis. Anyway, what was it? Okay, we had a little contest. I had about 150 Facebook friends wished me a happy birthday. Look, I didn't know I had 150 friends. I didn't have 10 friends. But I've done 150 who care about my birthday. Anyway, I pulled out a couple names here. Okay, I'm going to mention 4 names. I didn't pull them out. My neighbor's kid did. I pulled them over. I said, here's a list of people. Pick 4 people out. And they win Sports Goombahs t-shirts for taking the time to wish me a happy stinking birthday.
They just call us up and give us.
You can call us up, tell us who you are, and you can text me your address, or we can meet up and you can come get your t-shirts. Custom Sports Goombahs t-shirts, like the.
Are we eligible?
Yeah.
The hoodie.
Are we eligible to win?
No, we're not eligible.
Oh, okay.
Your name's not on here. I can tell you that much.
I can tell you it's not because I didn't wish you happy birthday. I did not know. I didn't know.
I hit him up on the Twitter. I hit him up on all the media.
Yeah, you look on the Facebook. You get me next year, right?
I will.
You're still around. Here's the names: Rose Cottaspotty, Jerry Butler, Mark Kay, and Tim Baker. That's Rose Cottaspotty. I know her. Great girl. Jerry Butler, not a good girl. Mark Kay and Tim Baker. You call the show or text us. My thanks for, wish me a happy birthday is a custom Sports Goombahs t-shirt.
There you go.
Much like the hoodie I'm wearing right now, but a lot like the hoodie and the shirt and hanging in the front here.
It's the logo. It's the company logo. All right, should we waste any time or should we just get right into President Kennedy got shot and Des Bryant dropped the football. That's what it was like. I couldn't believe what was going on.
Do you know where you were when Des Bryant dropped that ball?
Yeah, I was watching.
Yeah, I was watching. Do you know where you were when Des Bryant dropped that ball? Do you know where you were when Des Bryant dropped that ball? Do you know where you were when Des Bryant dropped that ball?
it's funny how the conversation. What I didn't hear is what I've been screaming is stinking Des Bryant should have just caught that ball and dropped to the ground instead of trying to lunge for the end zone, which made him dribble the ball. Because he's thinking about the glory shot there where he's going to jump on the goal line. He's going to score the touchdown. He's not going to let Murray put it in there or someone else catch that touchdown after he makes that catch. He wants that touchdown. He's thinking, this is my time. And that's exactly what he did. That's what I saw. He lunged. He had to know. He didn't know. He knew his fourth down. He had to catch the ball, and he was way past the first down marker. He's not thinking after that.
Well, first, you only needed two yards to begin with. So to go for a play like that, you got it. You're well past it, like you said. And if he drops in at the half, even Tony could have, quarterback sneak for a half a yard. Because if you look at it, that's where he would have landed. He just needs to catch the freaking ball. That's it.
That's my point. What he needs to do. It's typical diva Des Bryant. Okay, just like the rest of the wide receivers from the past 20 years who all they do is care about themselves. You know what I mean? And they never win titles. You go down the list of them from CO through Ocho Cinco, right on through all those, even what's his name? Deshaun Jackson. He'll never win nothing. And it's just the way it is. But that's how, it with Des Bryant the week before with the helmet off coming out there. He knows he shouldn't take his helmet off. Even if he's coming out to argue, he's got to know in his stinking head that helmet comes off when you walk on the field. You could cost your team 15 yards right there, regardless of the play. Last week's play and this week's play. Say he was on that field screaming. Who knows what was going on down there? And that helmet comes off, that flag comes up. Doesn't matter what he did. Doesn't matter if he got in that end zone.
Yep.
And that's the thing. That's the thing with Bryant, man. He's that's 2 weeks in a row he's pulled that helmet off and got away with it.
In fairness, if you're a playmaker, you're trying to score. Of course you're going to go for the end zone. That's not. I don't think it's so much him being a diva or trying to be a star hog. I think that's every playmaker's natural instinct. I
don't want to hear about
get in the end zone.
Playmakers are one thing. When you have the game on the line, okay, fourth down, you got to pull that ball. You just got to catch that past the first down marker to keep things alive. We don't need no swan dive in the end zone, regardless if he's there. And I understand that. If in any other time in the game, I might accept it. But if you're going to risk and he was not down, okay, he's still in the air. His knees aren't down. He was on top of another player. That ball was loose. Had no control as soon as he hit the ground. Because he lunged out for that end line, and he should just grab that ball, put it in, and went right down to the ground or went right out of bounds or whatever he had to do to secure that first down. That's what the game was about.
Yeah, but if he does get in the end zone,
he can run around and yell and throw his helmet off.
If he does get in the end zone, we're all talking about not maybe us, but everyone's talking about what a great play, way to get in the end zone, what a fighter.
Here's the bigger one. He stays out of that end zone, and they run that ball, they kill that clock, don't even give Rodgers a chance, because Rodgers gets a half a minute, he can score a touchdown on the whole field. So if he's even thinking even better, is get down, get out of bounds, stop the clock so you control the ball, or just go down and let the clock keep going. That's what you do there. That's thinking football. But I guess you don't get that in the NFL anymore. I mean, you don't have to. Everybody else is thinking for you.
But you're not running the clock out if you get down there.
Why not? You're first down. You're first and goal. You run the ball.
You have to score a touchdown.
You do.
You can't worry about kneeling in.
Listen, they're running through Green Bay the whole day. Okay, they're going to run 1 yard run. They're going to do.
Yeah, and you score
half a yard is all they need. I understand what you're saying. He's saying just
eat that clock.
Eat that clock off because you don't want
to
give
one play for that one catch.
It doesn't matter.
First down, you're not coming out there running or kneeling it or running it.
No.
Or maybe you're running it to get in the end zone, but you're not running it.
You're still eating more clock.
Yes,
you're just off the play alone. Not so much anything after that catch. Yeah, they would have ran another 30 seconds from the catch. That's it.
30 seconds. You're taking 30 seconds away from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a huge chunk of change.
It's any wide receiver's natural instinct. You get that ball, you're trying to get in the end zone.
Either way.
Not when you have the ball pulled all the way down in your body and secured. That's my problem. I don't have a problem if he caught that ball and it's secured and he's down, he hits the ground and he's got control of it. You go for the end zone if you want to. But if you don't know you got control, you don't do it. You make sure that ball's
He didn't know he didn't have control in the heat of the play.
Evidently, he don't. That's not the wide receiver is. The good wide receivers know exactly what to do with the ball when it's in their hands.
So he's not a good wide receiver now?
Not that he's not a good wide receiver. He's
not a smart one.
He's that wide receiver.
He's not a smart. I mean, that's just obvious.
Well, that plays part.
I'm going to agree with you there. He's not a smart guy. Well,
when you're playing against other smart guys, you got to be smart sometimes and do the job. and let the glory go someplace else. That's my read on everything.
The glory is for the team in this case because, like you said, okay, hypothetically, because you can play out so many scenarios, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because this game shouldn't have been decided on one non-catcher.
No, of course
anyway.
It shouldn't.
There were other opportunities that were missed in the game, even on both sides. It doesn't matter. But if you take into account, okay, you scored. What if he scores and stretches there? You give the ball right back with even more time to Aaron Rodgers.
Game's not over. Game wasn't over.
It wasn't even close to older. They couldn't stop him on two plays after that anyway.
You never just assume you're going to score on the next play. For all you know, they could have gotten stopped on the next 4 plays. They could have gotten stopped and the game would have been over. They would have lost. And then he would say, "Oh, well, why didn't you just go for the touchdown when you had the chance?" When you have a chance to score, and he had a chance to score, you're gonna go for it.
I don't believe he had a chance to score because
he obviously had a chance. He was inches from the goal line.
Yeah, he holds on to that ball. That ball doesn't bounce from the ground. He could get in there, but he's already touched, so he would have got in. So
Either way, he makes it or doesn't make it. It doesn't matter. See, the mute point about everything is one, he would have been down even if they rolled it a catch, right?
I mean, who knows?
Down by contact because he was touching.
Because
right?
the thing is, they're saying he never touched the ground, so he had the lungeability because he was landed on the other player. That's the whole thing. He was. If he holds on to that ball and it doesn't get cocked out by the ground, he's probably down to 1 yard because you saw the referee hitting the 1 yard line, pushing down.
Yeah, the ref definitely called it down. Before the end zone anyway.
He wasn't going in anyway, so he should just tuck that ball in there and make the catch and be done with it. And then who knows? Who knows they even win? But what's great is the material we gather off this, because now look what this leads to. Dallas wins this game, and I got to listen to Jerry Jones and Governor Nitwit, okay, for the next week and maybe more. Who knows? But now, Dez takes care of us by screwing up. Catapults into the governor up there crying with the picture, Jerry with the long face, the kids crying, and just trickles down, to a great media day.
Of all people in the Cowboys, if you want to call it screw up, you can. But if all people in the Cowboys screw up, I'm glad it's Dez. Yeah. Of all people,
sure. Romo had a great game.
Yeah.
It's for once again. I don't know about to throw with their play calling at the end, and not on that drive, but prior to that. And and the other thing is too, I'm sitting here watching this game, and I'm a complaint department as it is, but I'm watching this thing, and I'm thinking, this football game stinks. All I'm doing is watching flags and referees and commercials back and forth. And I'm sitting there it's like one play goes, and the next play, there's definitely 3 plays in a row without a flag isn't possible, I don't think, anymore in the NFL. So, 3 plays, 4 plays taking 20 minutes. And it's back to flow, and the entertainment value of what I'm watching is, what? I know the refs. That's ridiculous.
I mean, we're really beating a dead horse at this point because we can come out and say this every week because that's the nature of the game now.
But it's not even getting better. It's getting worse now. I mean, especially I don't know if it's like you have 5 guys standing on the field out there who got no control of a game, who are letting the cameras. There's 5 guys in stripes, 6 guys actually, right? In stripes out there running around, and they got no control of this. They're just there. Why are they there? Because no matter what happens, they're not going to get it right till someone else tells them it's right. Bottom line. I mean, and what was in the Patriot game with the formation or something like that? And the other killer thing is the explanations. They're explaining the rule books to us this year. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
A lot.
I don't even know they don't even use singles anymore. What the hell with that? You don't either. I haven't seen what do you call it? A false start? They just yell false start. Or they explain
false start.
Number 63 lifted his finger, put it down twice, came back up and scratched his eyebrow.
Yeah, but don't you want that though? Don't you want to know?
No, I want to see it. I don't want to hear it. For the most part.
I don't want to see it.
Okay. I'll take an explanation when I'm sitting there going, what the hell happened? Okay? If you're going to tell me that Dez Bryant didn't have control and the ball touched the ground, his hand wasn't underneath it, okay, I understand that. But all I need to do is hear holding, number 63, offense, 5-yard penalty, whatever, second down, whatever. That's all I need to hear.
It's a 10-yard penalty. I don't want to hear a 5-yard penalty.
Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I don't need a friggin' paragraph every time. He's right. You're starting to know the namer, the director of what they call it, officiating or whatever.
Yeah, but
Blofeld. He should be Blofeld. He should be a freaking Bond.
What's killer too? That it's a shame because I know that Fox has this. What's this guy named
Pereira
on, right? And who's the other guy on NBC who got
Carey. I don't know who's on NBC.
McCarran or something like
that.
No,
I don't know who's on NBC. I know Mike Carey or is CBS. I don't know.
CBS. That's right. Mike Carey. And Pereira and Carey had a bad day, man. He was on the opposite side of everything.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, here's one of the veterans up there making the call in the video, and he's saying one way, and they're saying another.
He said it so certainly. Oh, that's coming back.
Yeah.
Or that's gonna return. And it didn't. I was like,
right. And he's got it down so quick. And Pereira same way. In fact, he got one the opposite.
Pereira's usually spot on. He really is.
He's pretty good.
Sure,
Carey, he's whiffing.
Yeah, there's a reason.
And it's funny because like he'll say something so certain, like, oh yeah, that's gonna reverse, and then it doesn't. And they don't cut back to him like for like a rebuttal. He's just kind of like, all right, I was wrong. I was wrong.
Go
all right.
sit in the corner. Go get your shine box, Gary.
I'll see you in 15 minutes.
It seems like I'm watching football, and it's all about the referees. You got a referee in the booth telling us what the referees on the field are going to say, debating whether it's right or wrong. The flags are flying. We got our own flags here. When I disagree with B, I'm going to throw a flag. Okay, that's just what we do here.
Yeah, but of all sports, football is the one where it has the most complicated rules to follow. I think of all four of them. So I mean, it helps to have somebody explaining up in the booth.
Yeah,
to the average fan,
it's overkill now with that stuff. And I look back in it between the cameras and everything. And we talked about this before. And you go back to the way the slow mo of Dez, you can see the hairs in Dez's nose. Okay, through the helmet, the slow mo and the zoom ins and that close. And I think back to myself when I was a kid. I know they made plays like this when we were kids. You know what I mean? The immaculate reception with Franco Harris.
They missed
that was
the immaculate reception.
What?
The cameras basically missed that whole play.
No, they did. They got Franco catching the ball.
Yeah, like a little bit. Like,
but that was
nowadays you would have had it in every angle. It would have been perfect.
Well, they got the one where it's deflected off of I forget the name of the guy. Jack Tatum, I think it was.
I don't remember.
It's deflected off of him, and Franco was just running towards the camera. The end guy for NFL Films had the camera down there, just on the whole field, and has him running at him. So it proved it after the ref said, yeah, that's good. They just said, yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Can you imagine? They got 3 cameras in the entire stuff. Yeah, that's good. I can imagine the other catches. I mean, even the Lynn Swan Dallas catch that he made, he came to the ground. We don't know if he hit the ground, the ball hit it all. It's like, it might have, but the cameras back then don't really show that good. You don't get to see that. That's just technology doing its thing, though.
And I think our biggest of all the arguing about cameras we had, talking about baseball, and it was our big thing over the summer too. It takes the mystery, the magic out of the game. All these angles, like when we were kids, you're too young to remember this, but when we were kids, you just took it like, oh, if you thought it was a bad call, you bitched and moaned. But now it's like you're right. You brought up the Kennedy getting shot. It's like the frickin' Zapruder film. Yeah. You're going over, and all I see is, I'm waiting for Kevin Costner to come in and go back into the left, back in, and it's getting, we're over analyzing every play.
It's already gotten that.
It's ridiculous.
The one catch yesterday, the Cowboy game. I think it was the Cowboy game when he had his hand underneath it. That Cowboy, they were talking, they were watching the finger move and the point of the football, pushing down the finger. And they were analyzing, look at the finger, the nose.
Well, I think that was Packers. I think the Packers caught it.
There was the nose did scrape the ground. I'm like, oh my God. Did they get it? I mean, come on.
Yeah, but don't you want that?
I do.
No.
You know what?
You don't want the calls to be right?
It's not even a matter. It's becoming. It's a technical right or wrong now. It's the catch has become something different. Trapping the ball on the ground can be a catch depending on where your fingers are.
If you have control, man, and I think that's good. Right, that's a good thing.
But you can use that ground and still have control of it. You know, they're changing rules to that now with the ground. I just wish they would take that ground can cause a fumble and make that back into the game.
Yeah,
so much better for the sport.
You always said a lot about the replay, and I'll tell you,
I used to love it.
He used to love it. He always wanted the calls to get. I want B 2 years ago, less than 2 years ago. B, I just want the calls to be right. And now he's like 180 turn on it, and I don't blame him because look, when we were. Well, I keep saying when we were younger.
It's not that I'm 180. I want the replays in there. I just think
I said 180, not 360.
Well, 360 would be the same. You'd be the same.
That'd be the same.
Yeah.
180 is the reverse.
A complete opposite. Whatever. But
you had it the first time.
I'm just saying, when you're doing this, when we were younger, 90% of the time, 90 to 95% of the time, they would get the call right. You know, but
so you think,
but
you don't know.
Yeah,
but
we don't know.
but
Could have
you
been
didn't
botching
have
calls
the-
left and right. You had no
Exactly.
idea.
That's
You
true,
didn't
too.
have the camera angles that we have today. We didn't have all the other
Yeah, well,
bullshit. So pretty much we accepted it because one, we didn't know that better, and two, it was like, okay, we trusted the officials would do a better job than they're doing now. Whether
That's
they
where
did,
you're wrong.
well,
That's where-
no, whether they
Shouldn't
did or
trust them.
not, whether they did do a good job or not, it didn't matter. We never had evidence to say they were freaking messing up as much as
we
they
did
do
after,
now.
after the game when the film was put out there at certain points, but never close like this.
Never like this. Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing too. You know, the offensive line didn't have a camera on every player. Now the guys back and forth have a camera. There's a camera on that offensive line strictly for that, whether they use it or not. So that's another thing. Who knew what the holding was going on in there? And it's coming to a point now where almost as a player, before I go to a game, before I'm involved in my film watching, who's reffing this game? I want to know who the refs are because I want to go back on film to watch these guys and see exactly how they do it. If you're an offensive lineman now and the way everything's scrutinized, you almost want to make sure, well, does that back judge, does he comb left to right with his head after the snap, or does he go right to left? Because that gives him a few seconds. I mean, you're a back judge watching for a holding call. You got to run down the line, right? You see it, you don't see it. So if you go left to right, you start watching the refs, the back judge, the end judge, the way they do things, you can start learning about the refs and how they do games.
I'm sure they do that. I'm sure they'll have stats on every ref.
But you didn't have to in the old days. I mean, not in the old days, but you didn't have to like a couple years ago. But now they're becoming, such a problem in the game to where you have to know it's almost like an opponent too. It's like when you're a pitcher, you know who your umpire is. In that game, you know how you have to throw. If he's tight, if he's outside. Now, and I never heard that in the NFL before, but now you have to. I never heard a player say, well, I have this guy, in a back judge, so I can't hold today. Or I got to watch my holding. He calls holding all the time, which might be true to a point, but now you almost got to work it so you can get your time in to hold if you wanted to.
Yeah, and you heard it a lot in baseball. You put balls and strikes or you let some, wide zone, and then in hockey too. You heard it a lot in hockey. He lets them play or let a clutch go here and there. It's the same instance.
But see, those sports are a minimal amount of umpires and refs. I mean, the first baseman doesn't get involved with the first base ump does. When the NFL, a lot of they come together sometimes, especially personal foul calls and things like that. And I don't know, defensive holding gets called both on the line and in the secondary. So
yeah, it depends where it is.
Yeah, it depends where it is. So I don't know if the end judges, the receiver, refs can make calls inside if they see it or not. I don't know. They should be looking, but now with the cameras, they have to, or they can, or somebody's watching.
I think one of my biggest, I won't say problems, but something about that the whole catch, the whole drop, whatever you want to call it,
just the drop
isn't lunging for the end zone a football move? Is that
only if you have control?
No, you guys have both missed the point. Only if your feet are planted on the ground, you have control. If you're rolling off a guy because you haven't touched the ground, like a guy does a 1 yard plunge and he lands on top of his knee is in the ground and hits the player, he's still alive. He can crawl forward till his knee hits the ground. Same thing here. But the thing is, his knee didn't hit the ground, and when it did, he lost control of the ball. Boom. End of story.
One thing we can all agree, I would assume, though, is that this rule is dumb. This is a dumb rule.
Well, I don't know.
The call itself by the book was correct. It's a dumb rule.
Well, did he catch the ball?
Yes, he caught the ball.
Did he? Did he land on the ground with the ball?
Yes, he did. The ball never touched the ground.
Yes, it did.
Until he rolled over and
he's
in the end zone. But at that point, he'd already had the ball and been down on the ground.
No, he hadn't. That's the whole thing. He
had it up here in his shoulder. He didn't.
Yeah, but it wasn't secure. The thing was moving. You watch it, moves it down to his chest, and then it comes off his fingers, and then he lunges it out.
It's a catch. It's a catch.
Yeah, well, everybody says it. The majority say
if it looks like a catch.
Okay, if it looks like a catch, that's a different story. There's a lot of
but it was a catch. It was a blatant catch.
If it was a catch, they would have said it was a catch touchdown. It's not a catch. It's not a touchdown.
But off the Calvin Johnson rule, it's not a catch.
Okay, well that Calvin Johnson was just putting the ball down. That was robbery.
Yeah, that was robbery.
Yeah, he caught the ball. Okay, his hands are big enough that he could take a ball and put it down.
4 steps, what in the end zone?
Yeah, put the ball on the ground. I never understood that.
Yeah,
but hey, you know what? It's in 5 years. These players will have contorted to the league the way it is if they want to play in the NFL. And maybe in 5 years, there's another league developing where you really can still hit again. And they have 4 cameras a game, but they don't care about that stuff.
Yeah, it's called the XFL. It lasted 1 year.
But that was ridiculous. That was well, we laughed at the XFL because it's a fixed football league. What do we got here?
It wasn't fixed.
What, the XFL? Oh,
This wasn't
you know,
fixed.
you're a wrestling.
They're not good enough to be fixed.
That's why it was fixed. They're not good enough to play. You think you mean to tell me that Vince McMahon didn't control that league?
He controlled his owner. Yeah, he controlled it.
and no. Okay. Well, enough, Des Bryant. The bigger news is you know, I don't talk politics too much, but I look at Chris Christie and what he did in the past 2 weeks. Did he improve his ability to become a president, or you'd have a chance to be a nominee for the Republican Party?
Probably did.
Not me. He lost my vote because I don't want no goofball as my president.
Yeah, but you got to think there's only really 2 states, or maybe 3, that were negatively affected by this.
No way. Not what they saw. That the press that they gave it to the
the Cowboys is America's team. There are so many people now in every state in America.
If it had been like, I'd say, like, let's just say it was San Francisco at that, I can see how people would be upset. But there are so many Cowboy fans spread out on so many
they're
places.
probably like, yeah, Christie's the man.
No, I bet they're not. I mean, we got a goofy. Listen, you go to Dallas, they're not thrilled with Jerry Jones at all.
No, but
not even close to it.
But they love their Cowboys.
They love their Cowboys,
and that's a different. It's 2 different entities, and it doesn't matter. I mean, like, it's just another.
Did they want some joker coming in all of a sudden out of nowhere from Philadelphia?
I'm more concerned with the fact that he shut a bridge down than I am the fact that he high-fived a.
That's right. Yeah,
high-fived an owner.
Well, you got to understand. Jerry Jones wants some port work. He wants to have some shipping lanes there in New York and whatever he's trying to do. Not that makes a difference here, because he's thinking, well, if this guy becomes president, I'm Jerry Jones. He's in my booth, you know. He was,
exactly, yeah.
You know, I'm going to the White House for
making
lunch.
Connections.
That's right. And unfortunately, the buffoonery of the whole thing, seeing the governor of New Jersey, which I never, exploding in the box after a bad call, look, just
what was even better
you
was
somehow got to look presidential if you want to be president somewhere. Bruce and Jimmy Fallon, they're going to be coming up with another parody song on this one too.
Well, it just what was funny was what was Paul Ryan tweeting, the other guy.
Yeah, he was out in the he was out.
I don't follow Paul Ryan on Twitter.
No, I didn't. So. I don't either. I don't follow it anyway.
I missed his tweet.
But he was taken because because of all the stuff from Christie. You're talking about another big Republican Party person.
Yeah, he's another.
And he tweeted at him and was making fun of him.
Yeah, because he was with his kid with his hat on out in the cold, braving the Green Bay Packer. That's you don't think that's set up too? I mean, all this stuff is set up. I think Christie backfired. I think he thought this could help him or get him into the public light of other than what he did with Obama with the Democrats back then. But what happened here is he could have been cool. You know what I mean? Sat in there, shook and sat back and watched the game. But with the red sweater, the jumping around, the spit coming out of his mouth, hugging everybody. I mean, come on, man. It's a football game. Bomb Pearl Harbor here. I mean, come on, get it right. Act like you've been there. You know what I mean? That's what disturbed me. I'm like, this guy ain't no president. He invades the country. He's going to do high fives. Everybody run around and spike the ball. Come on. You need better than that to run a country. You look like you run. Christie, yeah, not that he would even be a president anyway. Boy, God did take the media for a couple weeks, didn't he, man? But if he would have played it right, he might have done something good out of it. But
yeah, he could have spun it, made it look. Yeah. He made himself look better than he did.
Yeah, more.
Or can make fun of himself too out of this whole thing and come out smelling like roses.
Yeah, that's very true.
What? We're laughing at him now, but
he'll be on
live or something.
He'll be on SNL in 2 weeks or whenever it picks back up.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't think there's you're right. Something like that too. But
that's kind of what you have to at this point, because he knows he made such a mockery of himself.
Does he? I don't even know if he knows.
I don't know. I would hope somebody close
to
be like, well, give him an elbow, like, man, you look like an idiot. Like, give him something.
Who's running his show? Who's running his campaign there? Should have shut him down early in Philadelphia. That should have been the end of it. And then he goes to the end and says, of course, everybody's talking about, it's the Green Bay fans are wonderful. And the Philadelphia fans, geez, I can't want no comparison or whatever he said. You didn't have to throw that in. I mean, is it that many delegates in Wisconsin, in that area, that he's going to whack the entire northeast corner of
no, you know why? Because he's a Republican, and there's no way in hell he's not going to win. He's not winning Pennsylvania. Yeah, I can't even remember the last time anybody.
That's a good point.
So what the hell? Let me focus on the other what? He's got a good chance of winning Texas. He's got a good chance of winning Wisconsin and Michigan and all the other people are Green Bay fans right next to it. So maybe you're thinking he's stupid right now, but you know what? Now
you're gonna catch him.
You're
gonna catch him at a Clippers game later.
Yeah.
I love LA.
Yeah.
God forbid the Giants win a Super Bowl next year, man. We even come close.
Oh,
You know, what are you gonna do? Kashi King, got my chef to the left, Brendan B. Mikey the Wall. It's the first half hour of the Sports Goombahs show. I think we're going to take a break and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Remember the first time I went to break?
come on, you're starting to look like Christy here.
Hi, Cassidy King from the Sports Goombahs. Listen, shop 344tees.com for your favorite men's, women's t-shirts, hoodies, sweats, and more with every name brand available. My man Larry Gilman will take care of all your printing and embroidery needs, whether it's for business, sports, organizations, or maybe you're just opening up a pizzeria. 344tees.com will get it done. Call now, 844-542-2774. That's 844-542-2774. Their customer apparel marketing team are available not just to only give you the product you need, but give you the support and custom service that best matches your goal and budgets. Call 844-542-2774. That's 344tees.com.
BZI Group Inc. for your individual and small group health insurance needs. BZI offers free, instant online insurance quotes and applications from major health insurance carriers. The BZI Group is dedicated to a no-nonsense approach to health insurance. They focus on giving you the insurance you need in a timely and cooperative manner. Whether you're looking for individual and family, group, seniors, life, or long-term coverage, BZI can help. For additional information or to speak with an insurance expert, call 1-800-431-4834 or email them at www.bzigroup.com.
Stop paying your bookie each week and start collecting. They have the best handicappers in the world, all in one place. And their only job is to win you money. Check Jeff Brandy's and all the experts at trendbetting.com. Trend betting theory is simple. Trends dominate in sports, and you will win in the long run by following the dominant trend. You will lose in the long run if you buck the dominant trend. Simple enough. That's trendbetting.com.
When you need a good roof over your head, call Seal Roofing. They've been keeping folks warm and dry for many years now and are proud of their work. Seal Roofing and Contracting does it all, whether you need simple repairs before the next big rainy season or a whole new roof. Maybe you need new siding or windows. You can be certain that when you hire Seal Roofing, you're hiring the best. Available 7 days a week with 24-hour emergency service and free estimates. Call 215-533-4066. That's 215-533-4066 or visit sealroofing.net.
Has your home or business been damaged by a recent storm and you're left to deal with the insurance company to make things right? Turn to Apple Public Adjusters and meet owners Patrick O'Donnell and Mark Stendardo. If you've suffered recent storm damage to your home or business, call 267-538-3373. That's 267-538-3373 and protect your rights and maximize your benefits.
Yeah, Cassie King back here at Sports Goombahs. Chef to the left, Brendan B, Mikey Walsh. Jeff Brandes, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Cassie. How's everything today?
Oh, you know, everything's everything. You know how it is. But, you know, I want to talk to you about, well, you know what I want to talk about.
Well,
How the hell did Buffalo hire Rex Ryan? I mean, I know that's where coaches go to die, you know, in Buffalo.
You know, I feel so bad for that city. So bad for that city. You know, they get these lake effects, snowstorms.
Yeah.
You know, they just won't quit. And now they got 5 years of Rex Ryan.
That's a 5-year contract they signed with that guy.
$27.5 million.
Yeah. That's you know.
Oh, my.
I think to myself, does it warrant it? I mean, Buffalo, they weren't a terrible football team this year. They had a nice early run, and then they faded away. Was that the coach's fault? I mean, Buffalo's a young team. I don't know. I can't see Rex bringing this team back. You know, I know he wanted to stay in New York, but you know,
You got to bring Mark Levy back or something. You know,
I don't get the why would they bring him in? Because they have a great defense in Buffalo.
That's right.
So why would you bring in a defensive coach?
No idea. That's the one I can't think of. And offensively, he's
awful offensively.
He's terrible. I mean, what's he going to bring? Marty Morningway with him? I mean, come on.
he's going to kill another quarterback.
Yeah.
There's no quarterback to kill there.
Yeah, I think they're out of quarterbacks, aren't they? What do they do? They're in the middle of the draft too. They don't.
They were 9-7.
Yeah, they don't have a shot. They got to build within or.
And they trade. No, they already traded their first rounder. They're out of.
They're out of it. That's right.
Traded it for Sammy Watkins.
Right. So they have nobody. They have no chance this year. I mean, if you want to start from scratch, and Rex is your guy starting from scratch, you're going to whack the whole team, except for the running back. You know.
Richie Cote, he'll make Richie look good.
Dude, you're stuck in the 80s, buddy.
Yeah, but you don't start from scratch with no first round pick. That's not a good way to start from scratch.
Wait a minute. Hey, Cote was the 90s, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he was. Well, he was the Jets in the 80s, right? Right? Wasn't he a Jet coach in the 80s?
He went to the Jets afterwards.
1-15.
No, but he was the offensive coordinator in New York before he came to Philly.
1 in a million. You know, I mean, I don't know how he won a game that year.
Oh, come on. He's still a football guy.
Horrible.
just by luck. I don't know.
He just didn't care. He just did not care. I mean, you saw he'd come there. He'd sit and he'd watch the game, you know, if he had to.
Yeah. Poor Rex, man. Well, at least we can have someone to watch. It's better for us that he's in the league, because he can give us some buffoonery all year long.
Bring Sanchez in next year?
Yeah, I think he brings I think so. I think he brings Sanchez in there. Why not? Why wouldn't he?
It's already tattooed on his arm.
Yeah, that's right.
He's a free agent. They have no quarterback.
Yep.
Perfect situation.
Yeah, and they got buffalo wings. So when he's done losing games or whatever he does after a game, no cheesesteaks, he go hang out at the Buffalo Wings place with all the fans, high-fiving, and the team's 5-7. Something like that. That's
5-7.
funny.
They're not going to win 5 games for the next 3 years. Correct?
Come on, man. That's Rexy, baby.
Sexy Rexy.
Maybe he brings his brother over, too. Who knows?
Didn't I tell you 100 times that Rex Ryan and Chris Christie are the same person?
They look pretty close. Well, I don't know. Like, Rex lost a little weight here, man. So, but the comedy's the same.
He's a disgrace, Christie. He's a flat-out disgrace.
Yeah, and this is coming from a New Jerseyite.
Pardon me?
I said it's coming from you in New Jerseyite. So you actually had the opportunity to vote for him as governor. Not anymore. I think he's in his last term, right? But as a person, who lives in New Jersey, I mean, that's your governor? Are you proud of that or what?
I didn't vote for him. I can tell. I'll come straight out, and I don't talk politics, but I wouldn't vote for him in a million years.
Yeah, not now. Well, all I see is that big yelling mouth puckering open with the red shirt yelling after the call in the window there at Green Bay. That's what I see in my head. I can't get it out of my head, man. It's embedded there.
I remember they were campaigning for him. I was sitting on the platform of the train, the New Jersey Transit, and they're handing out flyers, vote for Chris Christie. And I said, why don't you just hold on to that flyer? Then somebody else might be interested.
Disrespected. How was your week this week in Plays? Betting. Jeff,
I took a beating this weekend. I do have Ohio State and the under 74.5 today.
Yeah.
So we're looking at that. We're looking good right now, actually. And I also bet a basketball game tonight, but you guys don't talk basketball.
We talk basketball. Hey, come on. Oh, hey, Sixers won 2 in a row. We talk basketball around here.
Sixers aren't looking too bad, man.
No,
they're better than the Knicks.
No, Knicks are on a mission, man. They're on a mission from God. Okay.
I'll tell you, Cleveland is got to be hurt. They take J.R. Smith and Shumpert off for the Knicks.
Desperation.
Both guys together are worthless.
Yeah, right. Well, hey, look, if LeBron can get himself have a rotten year where he doesn't think he has a team that can win anything, and they get themselves into the draft, who knows? This whole thing is becoming fixed. The Knicks are proud to tell everybody they're tanking. Oh yeah, we're tanking. That's it. Because the Sixers don't actually say it. That means that they're not tanking, but we're going to tell you we're tanking. That's right.
I want to get on the conversation. You guys are just tremendous. Talking about. Do you remember? It wasn't that long ago when people were all bitching about the replacement refs. They screwed.
I'd take them any day right now.
At least they had an excuse.
They never played with each other the whole year long. They put like an all-star cast together because they got to give them their playoff time. These guys are just horrible. This is either Vince McMahon or it's bottom line. Dez made that catch. Also, it was pass interference in the Detroit game. So Dallas was the recipient of being screwed, and then they were the victim in 2 consecutive weeks.
Yeah,
they were horrible.
You live by the horrible call, you die by the horrible call.
And it put
the curves were flat out. If it looks like a fish, it smells like a fish. What the hell is it, man?
It's a duck. It's a freaking duck.
It was pass interference, and
right on cue.
Thought that ball was a great catch.
Yeah. It's not a great catch.
I said the same thing.
It is what it is. You want the instant replay, and I don't know where I stand with instant replay anymore. I'm flip-flopping so much, I'm making myself nuts here. But if the instant replay is good for you on any other play when they get it right or wrong, it's got to work on that play too. Okay? Whether it looked like a catch or was, the instant replay showed you it wasn't a catch. That's what it did.
I don't know. I can't agree with you. To me, it showed me that it was a catch.
I still think it's a catch.
If the ball, if you don't get to the ground with the ball in control, it can't be a catch. You're not allowed to fly and be a catch.
He had control. I thought he had
He
control.
He didn't. If you watch closely, as soon as he comes to the ground, the ball gets jarred from the ground and he loses it. He double clutches on it. That's the deal, buddy.
I don't know. That was. When you're dealing in semantics and really it comes down, you're dealing in bullshit. It was a friggin' catch, and the week before was pass interference, and there's nothing anybody can say to convince me otherwise. So
I agree.
I am stubborn. Aren't I stubborn, huh? I'm telling you.
I agree on both of those. It's funny listening to the Cowboys fans complain about the refs.
They're fighting in bars and everything.
When a week ago it was, oh no! Like,
it was what are you complaining for?
You were singing the praises.
One play anyway. One play's not going to change the game. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You still have to make the stops afterwards.
Listen, we talked about
score before it.
Listen, we talked before the show about the catch was made. That's fine. If you think about what should have gone on there, Dez should have came down with the ball, not worried about the end zone, sat himself down and get the next play going. Eat that clock, so you don't give Rodgers a second to come back down the field. That would have been the ultimate thing to do. But, Dez was looking for the glory. He was looking for the glory shot, and he wanted to be the end zone, touchdown, the winner of the game, and the whole 9. And that's what he wanted to do. Of
course.
But in reality, of course, but you say that, but on 4th down, and when you know what you have on the other side coming down the other way, you got to think, okay, let's 1st and goal with the 1.
What was
you got? You got two minutes and change, okay? And, I think it's less than 2 minutes and change, actually. And you can run 2 plays. That's 30 seconds, 60 seconds, okay? And even if you don't get in the first time, you're going to get – Marco Murray's been running through them the whole game. They haven't stopped anybody. And to think that Dallas at 1st and goal is not going to get the touchdown there.
Yeah, but isn't that the thing you're saying that's negative about Dez? Isn't it the same thing that everyone praises Kobe and Michael Jordan for? When the game's on the line, he wants the ball, I'm going to score. Why isn't bad that Dez says the same thing? Dez says,
there's
I
a
have this
difference.
ball,
Can I
I'm going to
answer this?
score.
I'll tell you the difference. The most important thing in that play was to what?
The fact that he called the ball, I don't know. Tell me.
To get a first down.
That
Because that was the play.
In his head, he already had it.
Exactly.
And to every fan watching that moment, he did have it.
You make the catch, and you just, like he said, obviously he didn't have. You can bar. Here's the problem: if he made the catch, and it was definite that he made the catch, we're not having this conversation. Whether he makes it or doesn't make it is moot. He doesn't make it definitively.
Mike makes the good point here. It's funny you say it like that because the euphoria. And there's another thing that's killing the game too.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, you see that catch, you feel you sat there the whole game to get that. That's what you get. That's the thing that kills me the most. The joy of watching football is the big plays, your home team, the team you're betting on, or whatever interest you have in the game itself. You lose that every good play or every scoring play because you're waiting to find out, one, upstairs. It's like you got to score. You got to wait to find out if you really scored. It's the only sport that you have to wait. Now, even if you know it's a good goal, a good touchdown, you still got to wait before the referee puts it because it's going to get reviewed because it's a touchdown. That's part of the game that's gone now. Okay? I mean, if you're a Cowboy fan and you see that play and you're at home with the party at the house and everybody's going berserk because it's a score, and then you come back to this, no wonder people are beating each other up because they're high-fiving, they're drinking or enjoying the game. It's what they paid for. They got the 90-inch TV screen. It's going good. And then you come back to listen 2 minutes later to a ref say, well, after further review, he dropped the ball. No. That's not what we just saw. He caught the ball. What do you mean he dropped the ball? Well, instant replay, zoomed in super slow-mo, shows that Dez hit the ground a certain way and dropped the ball. Well, that's 10 minutes of total bullshit that I sat through to listen to for this, and now I'm pissed off. You see,
exactly.
And it ruins the whole game itself. Now, I don't know how you fix that. I don't know how you...
That's just how football
there's
evolves.
No joy in scoring in football anymore.
Of all sports, though, football is the one with the least clear-cut score. If you put the ball in the basket in basketball, it's in. Right. If you touch home plate, you score a run. Hockey is similar, right. But football, there's a gray area. Did I get the pylon? Did I get the line? So they need to review.
There's too many factors that qualify for a point
because of the cameras.
Yeah, because the guy what he just said. He could have his foot. He could have his foot outbound. It's really the nose that breaks the play, and it's not really the player. Was his nose?
There's so many factors that go into a score in football.
It's got to a point of kill here where it's even like, for instance, we talked about it over the summertime about the double play in baseball, where now a player has to come across with his foot. You can't make that, okay, he's in the vicinity of second base. They don't care about that now because the guy come out of the dugout and say, hey, I'm throwing my challenge. I'm challenging that. Well, you can't. It's a vicinity. Oh, no. Rule book doesn't state vicinity. That's an umpire thing. That's a courtesy thing in baseball, which is gone. So talk about, trying to save players from getting injured or hurt.
Yeah.
They're allowing it now.
And look how many injuries we saw the last couple of years.
That's the thing now. And it's, it's same thing. I mean, it's the cameras, and we knew this would happen. That's technology. That's life. Soon we won't have to move. We'll just sit here. I'm going to do the show from my bathroom because it'll all be,
it'll be green screen behind it.
It'll be CGI, and no one can care. You think I'm in my bath? I'm on the toilet doing my thing. Meanwhile, I'm in Hawaii sitting at the beach, but you don't know it. I got cameras.
Hey, if you're going to Hawaii, I'm going too. So,
well, we work on that, man. Get a few more sponsors like we had been. We'll be going to Hawaii, man. Tell you the truth. I posted those 4 names of those people who wished me a happy birthday on Facebook. And Jeff, you wished me a happy birthday. You made sure of that, right?
I always wish you a happy
Every
birthday.
day you do. Yeah, that's what I like about you.
I do.
Every day, Jeff gives me a text on Facebook. Happy new birthday, Mitch. Cashy. Whatever you want to call me.
And with that, I want to segue with that because we could take this right into the next conversation if you're going to have me on the phone. And how Denver just did not show up. How awful they looked against Indiana.
So good. When you have Peyton Manning as your quarterback, that's how your team goes. He goes, the team goes. That's what it's all about when he's your field general.
And it was sad to watch. That's all I kept hearing.
Yeah, right? It was.
Go ahead.
Brendan, would you say this was Peyton's last game?
I don't know, because how do you let yourself go out like that? I mean, I gotta believe that there's something.
Wait a second, man. How do you last year? Can you imagine?
That Denver team is going to all be leaving next year.
It's a big,
but if you think about it,
offensive coordinator.
and head coach.
Here's
Head coach is gone
my
already.
theory. Here's my theory. This is what I think is going to happen. I think Manning might retire. He might call it quits. Whether he went out bad or not, I think physically, who knows? I mean, with the neck and now his foot
I
is
think
leg.
he's dead. I think he's shot physically.
All right,
He just doesn't have it.
Let me explain, and I'll tell you what he has. He has the ability to make a choice of whatever the hell he wants to do now. TV, radio, analyze.
Right.
You know, he can do whatever he wants. And if he wants to, he'll go into Elway. See, let me finish, Jeff. Crying out loud. You're still not letting me finish. Listen, I can't multitask in my brain. I'm on one track here, okay?
Go ahead.
Where's the dump button?
He's going to go into Elway. Go ahead.
Anyway, yeah, see, you threw me off, Jeff. What kind of junk is that? He's going to go into Elway. He's going to say, you know what? I'm going to coach this team. And by the way, I know you just whacked your coach. And that's ironic how, you know,
I don't think he wants to, but
well, you know what? Physically, we may not know what he's able to do, but could Manning come in and coach a football team right now? No.
NFL is the one sport you can't do that.
Even though he's already doing it on the offensive end, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
too much goes into it,
right? Because you're now becoming more than just a X's and O guy. You're becoming an organizer.
Like Derek Fisher can retire and be a coach, and all these baseball players go from retiring to be a coach.
Different sport when it comes to that.
You can't do that in football. It doesn't work that way.
NBA's textbook, really.
NBA's
you run
a
a certain
joke.
kind
You
of
don't
offense.
even need to be a coach.
Cashy, you could be a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could have coached the Heat to at least 2 titles. That's not even that hard.
And you look, and it's true. That's why, you know, they dress nice and sit there and be quiet.
Now over.
It's all about all it is in the NBA is about managing egos. That's it.
Now this is. Well, I was very upset watching that game because I was always Peyton Manning fan.
Same.
And it just tarnished my image of this. Not how I want to remember.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. But
I know it did. Like I understand because
and now
guys
you
have
understand.
big games, man.
Now,
you know.
okay, when we were doing our year-end
not a bad month.
compilations there,
Well,
when we were doing our year-end compilations, that's what I didn't want to remember J-Ro as. That's why I'd say that Jimmy Rollins. It ruined. I didn't want to see a ruined image of a player I had a lot of respect for and admiration.
Jimmy Rollins got his player.
No. That when you said to me what was the best moments of the year to see him go, I didn't want my image of Jimmy Rollins to be bad. And it's the same thing with Peyton. I'm making a comparison.
Well, we're going to harken back to
memories.
previous segments. If you recall, 2015 predictions. I did say this would be Peyton Manning's last season.
Right.
I thought it'd be 2015 would be his last season.
Right.
I didn't expect it to be as bad as it was.
Might come, you know, the thing is, if I'm him, and I'm not him, but thinking like he would think, I'm coming back to a rebuild football team. You know, offensive line, everything. His offensive line didn't take care of him this year. Mm-hmm. And I made a comparison like I always do with him and Brady. I said, can you picture Brady coming off the ground? No. Can you picture Manning coming up after a sack? Yeah. So that's why Brady's so damn healthy. And he can probably play 2 or 3 more years if he wants to. The difference is, look, these guys are old, they're just so good at what they do and been so good for so long. We don't want them. I can't picture Manning going downhill. You just can't. And when it happens, it's so shocking because
when you've been as good as he's been for 15 years,
right?
To picture I've always been a huge Manning fan. I always thought he was one of the best 2 or 3 all time.
And it was always helpful too. He was in the other conference because they didn't root for him.
But to watch him struggle, and he looked his ball was awful. Yeah. He didn't look confident. Nothing about it looked like Peyton Manning.
And then when you look at those shots on the sideline when he had his helmet off, he looked he looked like he was grimacing, and he looked so damn frustrated, like that whole. You know, you looked at him and you saw that whole team was.
And
on
something
his
had to happen.
His back of his leg was black and blue from the ass down.
Something had to happen during the season because I know
he tore his quad
at one point during the season when they were on all cylinders. I remember watching games like, how is this team ever going to lose? Because their offense was so unstoppable. Yeah. Then towards the end of the year, I'm watching I'm like, how can they score touchdowns? They're so like their offense.
What was the
awful.
big thing? The fraud of that the Chargers were. But during that game is when he supposedly tore his quad in a hit during that game.
It's fair to say something's wrong with him. And I know what's exactly wrong with him. He's getting old. And he's getting injured. He's getting old. And that's the way it goes.
But he went from literally like MVP quality to he should retire.
He went 2 or 3 weeks.
It was like a 2-month thing.
He went through the trauma of that Seattle Super Bowl. mentally.
Yeah, but
yeah, in his mind,
first 3 months of the year, he's on fire.
Mike, in his mind, he's coming back. That's his motivation. He said that I can't. He wasn't going out in the Super Bowl like that. He was coming back this year, and I thought that he was going to bring them back, but he didn't have the offensive line that he had last year.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but for 3 months he did. They were like 9-1 or something at one point.
Well,
like they were on. They were unstoppable.
He broke down, is what happened, and now you're hearing about it. You're hearing about our breakdowns. I mean, Jeff, what do you got this week? Anything you want to give out to the gang out there in Goombahville? Got a play? Got something other than this game here, which is already off?
Well, I haven't really pondered it that hard, but I can't see anybody beating Green Bay.
Yeah. No money line on that.
Green Bay is just too tough.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, you don't see Seattle at home?
Aaron Rodgers playing at 20%. He was better. And I'll tell you what, you talk about breaking down and changing. Andrew Luck looks so good.
He is good.
He is.
No doubt about it. He's not. You don't look good anymore. He is good. He is the next one.
He is.
He's definitely the next one.
He is the next coming, or the second coming. He is the best quarterback, pure quarterback I've seen since Joe Willie Namath.
All right, Jeff, give us the website, man, where everybody can get your plays, free or not.
You can get my picks at www.trendbetting.com.
Beautiful.
And guys, I want to thank you for having me on. And, you have a great week and keep up the good work. I love this show, the best show in the world.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Jeff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, man. I'll see you.
Are you sure instead of he's not wishing you a happy birthday every day, he's just saying,
thank God you woke up.
Kind of like, congratulations, another day in Rex Ryan's not your coach.
Yeah. He uses the word birthday. That's his thing. All right, this is a pick session. A pick session is where Kashi gives you winners. Last week, how did we do last week? Let me see. Last week we no, not bad. We had Green Bay on the money line, hit that, and we had the 6. What they win by?
5.
Okay, so we split that one. We were more for the money. Remember I said it was the money, but I gave the 6 stays there. Might go up, might go down in those. The other game was the Denver Indianapolis Colt game at the over 54.
How'd that do?
I don't know.
I don't remember the final score.
Yo, B, you want to get a score from yesterday?
I'm getting it.
The other game I had Nashville Predators over Carolina last week. Now, I told you about my Dow Jones hockey team.
Up and down.
This is your team, baby. Right now, if you follow me, you want to be on the Nashville Predators, okay? Side totals and the games. This is the up-and-coming team right now in the NHL. These guys in the New York Islanders, 2 money hockey teams. You hear what I'm saying out there? Money hockey teams. Nashville. In fact, I got them on this week. I'm looking at the Green Bay Packers. Oh, I did lose that Indianapolis game. It was under
37.
54. Way under 54.
Oh, you didn't.
If Manny plays a little bit,
yeah, you didn't think Manny would go 19 or 41 or something.
Yeah. Like and also we had Seattle. We had Seattle. Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. Was it? No. Who they beat this Seattle? Carolina, right? Yeah, right. I had the over 25 on Seattle. That one.
Sure.
Yeah. No problem there.
Short yourself a win. Yeah.
Yeah. 3-1. That's right. What's that mean? If you're paying your bookie,
it ain't our fault, baby.
It's actually 2-2 or 3-2.
Where?
You lost Green Bay -6.
Yeah, but that was a
bonus.
It don't count.
It don't count.
It counts.
Only the wins count.
Pick session brought to you by AutomagicCarCare.com. My man Mikey Primo and his gang. What's the other guy's name there?
Matty Linton.
He does the actual scrubbing, right?
He's the worker.
He's the worker.
He's the worker bee.
No, wait, what are you talking about? 215-322-2561. Auto Magic Car Care. Check them out. Order. Great.
You're gonna hear about it again.
Auto Magic Car Care. 215-322-2561. Shine up your car inside and out. There it is. All right, let's get right to it. Green Bay Packers are going to Seattle. I like the Packers getting the 7.5 points.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of points here for this is 2 good football teams. I mean, I know about the 12th man, the 13th man, and everybody outside the stadium, but it's Aaron Rodgers. And I know he's broken down a little bit here. But if he plays, like he did the other day on one leg most of the time, he's too smart of a quarterback to get beat bad in a game like this. I thought Seattle's good. I mean, I'm not saying Seattle ain't going to win this game. I just think the hook there is nice on this one. Yeah. I like that one. At 7.5 is looking good. I'm looking at a tight game. I'm looking at 21-14, 21-17 type of game, right down to the end here. No doubt in my mind. The other game is Indianapolis Colts and New England. Now, the one thing that's gotten away this week from all the chaos and the JFK assassination is the fact that Tom Brady had an excellent second half the other night.
He had a Brady second half.
He had a Brady second half against a Baltimore team that everybody loves and is always up there, and they play good defense, and they know how to win. And I thought when this game first started, I think, oh, my God, Baltimore's going to take them down. You know, after
it was a crazy start. Yeah, because I thought it was me New England all the way.
And then New England comes back and gets back in the game, then goes down another 14 points, and we're still talking about Des Bryant on every channel. No one's even watching this football game except me. I'm watching because hey,
I will say I fell asleep in the first quarter, woke up in the fourth, but I woke up when it mattered because that was a great ending. With a great ending.
Yeah, and it's there's a guy who hasn't lost his touch. I mean, the way he puts that ball in three people's hands and only one's supposed to catch it, and the right one always catches with him. There it is. He's now the king of the hill. If Manning's going down, he's the king of the hill now. And then there was one, and everybody else. And I know that Aaron Rodgers is sneaking up the back end. He takes this Super Bowl. He goes down to Seattle, wins that one. He now moves up. He takes over Manning's spot as number 2, and then the rest of the crew. Well, and Luck is coming up the rear too as well. So, okay, in a couple years we'll have 3, and maybe Brady will be done by then. Someone's got to hit Brady.
Or hopefully, Seahawks don't win a Super Bowl because then technically you'd have to put Russell Wilson in there, even though I don't want to.
Yeah, but we're not putting Eli in there, so you don't have to.
Yeah, but
it depends on how
5 years ago we would have had to put Eli in there.
But let's put it this way: let's see how Seattle wins this football game. Before because we're talking about quarterbacks who have the talent. I mean, have the arms.
That's why I'm just praying that Green Bay wins because I don't want to risk Seattle winning another Super Bowl. The team deserves it, maybe, yes, but I just don't. I don't want Russell Wilson to get it because I don't want to have to.
You know what I want? You know what I want? I want Aaron Rodgers to win his second Super Bowl, so he knocks that freaking Favre off the pedestal there. Now he's got 2 Favres, only got 1. Get out of here.
I would love. I mean, I just would love a Green Bay New England Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It'd be great. Yep. I know we saw the game already, but just to see it again, neutral field.
And that's how I see it this week. But I'm not going to play the line. I think the Patriots are a 6-point favorite at home. I think it was. I don't care about that. I care about points this week. I don't care how cold it is or what's going on. I like the over 52.5.
The weather never affects New England at home.
Never.
They'll play in the snow. I've seen them play in the snow.
Yeah.
Well, the Titans put up 56 or something like that.
It's not. That has nothing to do with weather with them. The only thing that will stop Brady is wind. Heavy 50, 60 mile an hour winds.
And only if it's in its face. Though.
Right. And even that, he'll read to a certain angle where he'll make it come around and hit that guy, 4 inches from the sideline at the 20, 3 inches in.
And if you look at, the elite, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, look at the supporting cast that those two have, in Green Bay and in Denver. Brady has Gronk, and that's about, Edelman has 100 catches, but they're all screens. And then
that's it.
LaFell, he's bad. He's been better, but you can't compare those.
That shows you how good Gronk is because they're double team and triple team, and how good he is, and how good Brady is, and how good Brady is getting the ball to him. Regardless, it's going to him. They got 3, maybe 4 players on a guy. He always out jumps his man. Not that he can jump higher, but he times it right.
Yeah, I was gonna say because he's not. He's a freak athlete, but he's not like a Randy Moss type 6'4". 45-inch vertical or with a 4.2 speed. He's not that. He's not the fastest guy.
No, what he is, he's like a Charles Barkley to rebound.
Yeah,
he's not the biggest guy. He just knows how to do it. Knows how to get up.
He's just more physical. He said he's just like smarter. He's everything. He's perfect. He's the perfect tight end.
Yeah. He's a student of his craft. He knows what to do.
He's earned the right to act like an idiot when he wants to.
And even when he acts like an idiot, it's just taking his shirt off and getting drunk.
Yeah, that's all right.
He's not. You never hear about him in bar fights and flipping off people. And
he's slowly becoming legendary as a football player. For the most part. That's what I think. And Brady's a legend, and the two of them together. And how long can they go? It's like I say, if somebody doesn't hit this guy, doesn't get to him, he can play a couple more years. And the rules are getting better and better for him. If he maintains his arm, the rules are going to allow him to put that ball wherever he wants. I don't mind,
And he only cares about football. Like he has no other outside interest. From I've read many articles and interviews. Julian Edelman said he goes to bed at 8 p.m. Like
you have a wife like that, you don't need to care about anything else. You care about football. You eat and you
go to bed.
He wakes up like 4 a.m. and studies football. Right, that's the only thing he cares about.
And at 5:30, he goes get some Giselle, and then he comes back to football, and that's how it goes.
And like when is
that a verb or an adverb?
It's Giselle, baby.
Like you said, when you saw Manning on the sideline, just looked frustrated. He looked defeated, kind of. Brady, you don't see that from Brady when he's pissed. He's in his face. He's in his player's face, screaming at them.
Yeah, right.
He's a fiery guy. So
57-6. How come we gave up 6 points?
So I mean, Brady. I hate to say it, but I think it's kind of especially if he wins this, it's unquestionable the debate, the Manning Brady debate.
Yeah, that's done already. It's already done already. Even Super Bowls tell you that, and just the fact that where he is in his career now. But I'm even, and I said it to a friend of mine who's my friend Chuck online. He's a New England Patriot freak. I mean, freak. His house is decorated. He's anything Boston freak. Mm-hmm. And I said to him, and I texted him the other day, and I said Brady's closely. He's getting close to that Montana, to where he's almost as equal as the quarterback.
If he wins here, how can he not be? He's got 5 before.
And because not even that, just the talent wise and stuff, and the way that Montana had a lot more weapons too in his teams. But just the Joe Montana, he's up on a pedestal in front of anybody as far as the quarterback is concerned. Mm-hmm. It's always Joe and the rest of the crew. But now when you look at Tom Brady and the way at this stage of his career, and he's still playing like he is, and he gets another Super Bowl regardless, he's as good. I mean, he's Joe Montana. I mean, what's the difference? What is the difference? You can't tell me the difference.
Just the era.
In fact, I'm not sure that he's more accurate than Montana was back then. Although we don't have the cameras to prove it. Mm. We don't know. Yeah, so most part.
And it's funny because we're talking so highly of Brady now and so negatively of Peyton Manning when after the first month of the year.
Yeah. What's not negative? We know he was hurt.
No, I know, but after the first month of the year, Brady, he was my fantasy quarterback. I almost considered dropping him. He was awful to the first month of the season.
A
lot of people said you're
off.
Hearing a lot of the "Is Brady done? Is Brady done?" And he's not done. He's not done.
For years, I always said when people talked about Brady or the Patriots and they would say something bad, I always used to text or write down, "Don't tug on Superman's cape." Mm-hmm. Every time. And when I did that, and when it happened like the week 3 or 2, I said, "There they go. They just messed with the man."
No, you said you pissed him off.
Yep. That's it. You pissed him off, and players like that, and you did to Aaron Rodgers too. Same type of player. What? Well, what do you mean? You got a problem with the way we're playing football? Okay. Well, take this. Now, all those people that were ripping Aaron Rodgers in the beginning there were the Packers themselves. Look at where we're at now.
And then all of that, they pull out that whole game. You see him getting pissed off and even more focused. And then they pull a trick play.
Yeah, right.
Out of your ass. And like you sit there and go, and it looks so damn good. Yeah. It looked like we practice that every week. Right. Like it looked like that. You wonder how long that was sitting in somebody's in the playbook before they said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's use you. Let's just use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know you don't. We're not stats guys here. Just quick number though. Brady didn't have a multi-touchdown game or throw for 250 yards until October. He did not until his 5th game. He was awful. Yeah. He was bad.
Right.
But
that's how good he is.
He's not anymore.
Yeah, right. That's how good he is. The other game I have, just by the way, just for the hell of it, I got NHL action here. Our money boys, the Dow Jones team of the season so far. Until I start going the other way. Nashville Predators are going to host the Vancouver Canucks. Tough hockey game. I don't like the lines on here. I don't see a money line on this game. Usually I'll get that, especially the day before. I don't know why that is, but I see this a tight game. I see Nashville at 2.5 here. Both teams at 2.5. I like Nashville on the over 2.5 on here to get 3, and I like them on the money line. I'm going to ride this team till they're not rideable anymore. The bottom line, they're
when it comes to betting, you don't need to be a fan of the team. Just
kicking ass and take names.
Be a fan of the streak. Hop off when it's done.
And I'm keeping my eyes.
Bull Durham on us over there.
And the New York Islanders, another team.
Know.
I haven't jumped on the Islanders totally yet, but it's another team that you got to keep your eye to as well. I don't know how the New York Islanders are doing it. I still don't know anybody on the team. I don't know anybody. Anybody on the Islanders? I don't know anybody. I don't even bother looking.
Nope.
It's like I don't even want to. I mean, their team's going to Brooklyn next year. For the most part, so nobody really cares. Brooklyn hockey team, right? That's where they're going. Yeah,
they're going to change the name.
They're going to play in that stadium in Brooklyn, probably.
I don't know. The Coyotes became Arizona, so
yeah, there you go.
Probably know the league could fold. I wouldn't have known.
No, but it's tough. Hockey, until the playoffs happen, forget hockey. It's a way of life in sports. Hockey is just it doesn't get on the radar. I mean, they came out with NBC a few years back and they promoted it a whole lot, and you heard about it. Somehow it's kind of backed off in its promotions, and I just the sport itself just doesn't do anything to draw until the playoffs come in.
It's right. It's got too much. You know why? Because you look at it, everybody gets their say. Because after football takes priority. Everybody watches football, even I do, and I'm a big hockey guy. Now that we're kind of like coming down towards the end, I've watched a couple Flyers games. I've watched some other West Coast games, especially Ducks and Shark stuff. And anything I can get my hands on a West Coast team, it's good hockey. But then it comes time. All right, Super Bowl's next, and then you sit there and you have a glimmer of hope for the boys of summer with the pitchers and catchers report in a month, in 30 days, a little over 30 days, and then it's March Madness, and then you're not even thinking hockey until your March Madness is done.
I mean, thinking about what is it going to? Because pretty much, I mean, since I've been here, at least every show has started off with football. What's it going to take for us to not lead off with football? Because I feel like even in the offseason, we're going to have something.
Let me tell you something. This is the material. I tell you every
That's
week.
what I'm saying.
Chip Kelly. What I used to love about Chip
year
is
round.
Constantly, he gives material, win or lose material. Even when the team's not playing, they do something to give us material. You know,
he's on the sidelines of the games, and if he's not there tonight's game, they're losing 21-10.
He's there. Chip's there. Chip's. He's like
if he's not there, he's making a commercial.
He's got Tostitos, but potato chips now. He's becoming an NFL. He's a star. He's now becoming a celebrity. That's what happens when you got a name Chip. First of all, last name Potato. That's what happens.
Is Chip his real name?
Yeah, it's Chip Potato. I mean, Chip. Yeah, I don't know what's the nickname for Chip.
No, I don't
Charles.
know anything. His name could be Doug. His name could be Doug for all you know.
Charles Chip.
Yeah, Chip is definitely a nickname.
Yeah.
It's not something that you sit there.
Charles. You should have seen that coming.
Is it Charles?
Chucky Kelly. Chuck Kelly. Let's
Chuck. Let me
call him Chucky.
The hell, I'm going to start calling him Chuck Kelly.
Yeah, call him Chucky.
He's Chuck. Yeah, Chip Chuck. I don't know that. I guess so, right?
The hell? How the hell does that get to be Chip?
His dad probably called him that when he was growing up. But then that's his real name. It's even on Wikipedia.
Chip off the old shoulder.
If it's on Wikipedia, it's true.
Yeah, and now you know what?
Well,
Chip's got an alias now. He's alias Charles. What's going on here, man? That's weird. Who cares? Chip Kelly.
Before we move on fully, quick answer. I want an answer. Will Peyton Manning play next year? Just yes or no? Will he play?
Yes.
Cashy?
I hope so, man. I hate to see him disappear.
I think he will.
Well, you know what? He's a smart guy, and he's got a future in TV.
He's got a future in anything.
Anything, right? Look what he owns. Papa John now. I think he got a piece of that.
He probably had to.
The smart mofo goes and brings in the best of the best to start doing commercials. Like he needed to have Montana eating a slice of pizza there. I thought that's great. Now everybody's talking about Joe Montana. Joe Montana sneaks in the commercials all over the place.
I think, by the way, Papa John, that guy's such a. You talk about Des Bryant wanting the spotlight.
Yeah,
Papa John, that dude. How many people are who actually are the owners are the face of their company? Nobody does that.
That Purdue chicken guy, and that the Wendy's guy, the Purdue
Dave
chicken.
Thomas.
Yeah, I can think of.
Yeah, but he's Dave
Colonel
Thomas
Sanders.
He's not really the owner.
Yeah, but Colonel Sanders.
No,
that wasn't the owner.
I know.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the
Papa John he's just mugging the spotlight.
Yeah. No, he loves. Yeah, he can't even throw a football.
Let me ask you though, too.
And his pizza stinks.
I was just about to say.
I don't like Papa John's pizza at all.
It's not even pizza. What it is, it's a crust with shit on top.
I'm so glad you said it because I do not like of all of the chain pizzas. I despise Papa John's.
Well, I won't
even eat it.
Pizza.
Let me tell you something. That pizza that he has on that commercial doesn't look anything like what they sell at the stores.
Nothing does in commercials.
But that's really bad. That's not
look at the McDonald's commercial. That thing looks like a gourmet burger. You get it in the thing. It's all smushed together and shit's falling off. No, I agree. Actually,
no, I can't.
Oh, well, you can't for your own reasons. That's why.
I don't eat that shit anymore. But I'll tell you what, I do every now and then.
Exactly.
Every now and then, I will drive in for a bag of French fries. Even though I know it's poison, but take it home. You fix it. What I do is I take the French fries, I get the extra large, and I bring it home. I shake it. I put salt, pepper, garlic in it, shake it around the bag, and then I put it out on a plate. And then I just, if it's not hot, I'll heat it up again. But something about their fries and what they do, it tastes good. But
I'm not a huge.
I'll feed Vic 2 or 3, and if the dog lives, I'll eat the rest.
I'm not a huge fry guy.
She loves a good French fry.
But if I had to eat fries, I do like McDonald's. I'm not.
Yeah,
a
that's
fry
funny because like when you think pizza at Papa John's, what's the first thing that pops in your head?
Domino's.
Domino's.
Yeah,
I
it's the
mean,
same-
like,
Domino's is awful too. I mean, it's
but they're all
I
bad.
like
They're all bad technically.
Domino's is best of the chains.
The worst. Yeah, the best of the worst. I'm not a chain.
Well, Domino's got that destroyer when we were kids and we were smoking up a little bit. We'd order one of those destroyers at 2 o'clock.
Never heard of that.
Oil it up a little.
Give me a nice
bit.
deep dish, though. I'll take a deep dish any day of the week.
This is called a Domino's destroyer. I mean,
That just sounds good.
They had everything. They just took, there's a bucket of whatever they had and they just dumped on top of pizza.
All right, yeah, I'm in.
They had the pre-made pizza, so they just dumped it right on top of there and they slide it in there and everything. Anything. It's called a destroyer. It destroys you.
Yeah, destroys your intestines.
Pizzas are like
I love pizza. You can't.
Pizza. It's like a doctor's. Certain people go certain places for their pizza. You know, I have my places I go when I want a pizza, and I don't go where you go. It's just one of those things.
It's always going to be the age-old additive. What is it? Thick and thin crust. You know what I mean? Like it all depends. You know what? And your taste change because where you are too. Because if you're thinking about if you're in a certain area of the city, you're going to go here. If you're in another area, you're going to go over here. It's what
and the one area.
The
one area you're never going to go to is Papa John's.
Yes, exactly.
Papa John's.
I've never had it. Papa John's pizza.
Never had it.
Never.
You're
had
not missing anything.
It's not even a
somebody
pizza.
told me.
So I think it's safe to say
told me to chew on a box.
I think it's safe to say we're not going to have Papa John's as the new sponsor
pizza.
next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. You know, Omaha.
Domino's is still up in the air.
There you go. I just gave
We love Domino's.
We love it. Oh, whore ourselves out for some Domino's.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if you're a pizzeria out there, okay, and you want to become part of the show, give us a call.
You know, our buddy Joe, who won the tickets last week, works at a pizza place.
There
you go.
Well, hey, Joe, get the owner, get a couple bucks over here, get on our list of,
our growing list.
Our growing list.
Throw a pie this way, maybe?
Yeah, throw a pie this way, get yourself on the air.
Chef did it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pie named after us, the Goombah, baby.
Yeah, there you go. So here's the deal. Pizzeria. Okay, that's our new thing. We're looking for pizzerias. We'll barter with you. You feed us, we'll put you on.
We need the official pizza of the Sports Goombahs.
That's right. That's right. Now, there's one guy out there I know who should be the official pizza of Sports Goombahs, and he should take over that. Cash the King got the chef to the left. Mike's here, too.
Yeah,
thanks. Forget about him. He's got an M on his hat to remind me his name is Mike. All right? Sports Goombahs. We'll be back in a minute or two.
Or 5 if we don't get it right.
Sports Goombahs. Listen. Shop 344tees.com for your favorite men's, women's, and kids apparel. T-shirts, hoodies, sweats, and more. With every name brand available. My man Larry Gilman will take care of all your printing and embroidery needs. Whether it's for business, sports, organizations, or maybe you're just opening up a pizzeria. 344tees.com will get it done. Call now. 844-2774. That's 844-542-2774. Their customer apparel marketing team are available not just to only give you the product you need, but give you the support and custom service that best matches your goal and budgets. Call 844-542-2774. That's 344tees.com.
BZI Group Inc. for your individual and small group health insurance needs. BZI offers free instant online insurance quotes and applications from major health insurance carriers. The BZI Group is dedicated to a no-nonsense approach to health insurance. They focus on giving you the insurance you need in a timely and cooperative manner. Whether you're looking for individual and family, group, seniors, life, or long-term coverage, BZI can help. For additional information or to speak with an insurance expert, call 1-800-431-4834 or email them at www.bzigroup.com.
Stop paying your bookie each week and start collecting. They have the best handicappers in the world, all in one place. And their only job is to win you money. Check Jeff Brandy's and all the experts at trendbetting.com. Trend betting theory is simple. Trends dominate in sports, and you will win in the long run by following the dominant trend. You will lose in the long run if you buck the dominant trend. Simple enough. That's trendbetting.com.
When you need a good roof over your head, call Seal Roofing. They've been keeping folks warm and dry for many years now and are proud of their work. Seal Roofing and Contracting does it all, whether you need simple repairs before the next big rainy season or a whole new roof. Maybe you need new siding or windows. You can be certain that when you hire Seal Roofing, you're hiring the best. Available 7 days a week with 24-hour emergency service and free estimates. Call 215-533-4066. That's 215-533-4066 or visit sealroofing.net.
Has your home or business been damaged by a recent storm and you're left to deal with the insurance company to make things right? Turn to Apple Public Adjusters and meet owners Patrick O'Donnell and Mark Stendardo. If you've suffered recent storm damage to your home or business, call 267-538-3373. That's 267-538-3373 and protect your rights and maximize your benefits.
King here. My chef to the left, and B. Look on Facebook. Check and see who's doing what, where, when, and how. Facebook. Can't even wake up in the morning without turning on Facebook. Gotta see who, what, where, and when. And if that doesn't work, you go to Twitter. And if Twitter doesn't work, get Instagram.
You can follow me on Twitter.
You can follow me on Instagram. Follow me? You're not on me.
I don't have Instagram.
You know, we'll get it.
I
Start
can't.
putting stuff up. Come on.
I have a girlfriend. That's a bad look.
Is it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's a bad look.
Well, it's not me. It's Sports Goombahs.
I know. I'm saying for me though.
Yeah. It's a bad look for you.
Yeah, it's a bad look. what pictures? I don't need to see pictures of a bunch of
Sports_Goombahs. Instagram. Now, these guys that I had, they'd be taking pictures of me right now in the studio and shooting them out.
There you go.
You have to think about that. You know, did you watch The Godfather?
Oh yeah.
Godfather 2.
I watched it like 3 times in a row. Couldn't put it down.
Did you? You mean if I give you?
No, I did not. I did not watch that.
So you haven't watched 2.
No, I have not.
You had a homework assignment 3 months ago. You know.
His first week on the show.
Just like I was when I was
first 3 minutes on the show.
Just like when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Give me an assignment. 3 months, 4 months later, I'll eventually get to it.
There you go. Yeah, that's.
But did I hear it right in the break there that you're breaking his stones about not seeing that? You've never seen any of the Star Wars?
I wouldn't break his stones. I've never seen him either.
No.
We got something common.
Yeah, are you freaking kidding me?
I never saw.
How?
Darth Vader's there. I saw a spoof on it once on didn't Hal Ramis do a spoof on it?
I did see the Family Guy episode of Star Wars. I saw that one. Does that count?
I saw that one. Yeah. I think I saw.
And The Simpsons?
No. South Park had Darth Vader's on once, I think. You know.
Does that count?
I don't know.
It doesn't count.
Yeah. I don't know.
Really?
Darth Vader.
I have no interest in that whatsoever.
I just know the names because the names. I know the names.
Everyone knows the names. Doesn't mean everyone knows the names, but I've never seen it.
And the only time I really see anything about it is when they do like the 10-year anniversary, 11-year anniversary. They put them up on there. Darth Vader's is what? He was Luke Skywalker's dad, right?
Yes.
Well, it's the famous line.
Is that
I can name like 10 characters, but I couldn't put a face to any of them. Not whatsoever.
Well, I think
there's a Han Solo, right?
It's only Harrison Ford.
Oh, there you go.
That's Harrison Ford's part, Han Solo. Yeah.
Has he been?
And he's coming back for like a lot of them. Even I heard bits and pieces that maybe the what do you call Billy Ray?
Who's
Billy
that?
D. Williams might be coming back.
Who's that?
Or something. He's Lando.
I saw he's doing some
Lando Calrissian. Yeah.
Is that a Star Wars character?
He's 104.
Yeah.
Lando Calrissian?
No, Lando Calrissian.
What are you talking about?
I've never.
That's a Star Wars character too.
I've never heard of that one. I've heard.
Should I go to the bathroom or something?
If I
I
said,
just
I
can't
could,
believe
like, I
it.
can name.
I can't.
You made it sound like it was such a big news. Like, hey, Billy D. Williams may come back.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Yeah, but I know. I'm saying I've
like
heard it.
It's a
Like,
big
95
deal.
years old.
It's a big deal for 80%, I guess, of the population, but I guess not you.
I would
guys.
say I could name 10 characters. That wouldn't have been. You could have said that name, and I would have said, "What's that from?"
I just think it's funny. Like, I mean, have you seen any of the Indiana Jones
No.
movies? No.
No, you should know this by now.
Wow.
Yeah, he doesn't watch movies. The guy,
I mean,
he
like-
watches WWE crap.
Yeah,
and that's
I'm
all
missing
he
it
does.
right
okay,
now.
That's all-
let me
that's all he
ask
does.
you something. Do you see Tom Hardy knock himself out falling off a cage?
Jeff
Who's Tom
Hardy.
Hardy?
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff
Tom
Hardy.
Hardy's an actor.
Yeah.
And I did see that. Yes, I did see that. But I don't watch that one. Though. I don't watch that brand. But no, I mean,
All right, so here's the deal.
that movie came out in the
Here-
70s,
here's
right?
The deal. Here's the deal. Okay, what we have to do is I got to watch Star Wars.
That's a homework assignment I will not pass.
Okay, but you have to watch Godfather 2 because,
It's even better than the first one.
and then Brendan's going to give us a quiz.
Can we stop assigning 3-hour movies? Can we get a nice 90-minute movie?
But it's not that. It's not.
Tell me
that,
to watch Can't Hardly Wait for the 40th time. I'll give you all
Hell's
about that
that?
movie.
Just can't
It's
hold
a
wait.
mid-90s teen comedy. Right up my alley. That's your homework assignment. I'm gonna start assigning you guys movies.
I'm sad to say I know what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you ever see Fast Times with Ron?
I have, and that's
Nah,
actually a good movie.
There you go. Now
Of old movies, I
you're
will
half a
I
human
do
being.
enjoy that.
American
I enjoy Fast
Pie.
Times.
American Pie 1.
That's
Okay, I'm just-
come on.
listen, I'm
That's
just-
my
That's
generation.
recent.
I
That's
my
love that
generation.
movie. I don't know whose generation.
I've
this
seen.
is.
Have you seen all of them? You see the reunion and
The
all that?
reunion sucked.
No, the reunion was
Nah,
funny.
that was all. That was lame. The
Yeah.
first two were okay. The rest of them they messed. It was got to be.
Yeah,
like,
1 and 2 was good, but I mean the whole middle series.
Okay,
nobody
like
watched.
2 billion people. Avengers, any of the Marvel holes.
I saw X-Men the first one, and that was it for my Marvel career, my DC career. I don't know which one's which. Are they the same thing?
No, well, they're the same. Technically, I guess they are the same company, but they're 2 different universes, as
see?
the geeks would say.
Yeah.
Avengers. I'm talking Avengers and the Goombahs. Come on.
I'm just saying. I'm just wondering because 2 billion people apparently have seen.
You see Titanic?
Oh yeah.
That's a classic.
Dude, I cried at that.
I'm crying right now.
I don't think I cried at Titanic. I might have been too young to cry at Titanic. I didn't grasp. I was like, wait, they died? What? No.
Yeah, that movie was a joke, but it was good. It was good technically. That was the whole thing about that movie. The story itself,
Yeah,
you
It was
know.
Cameron's labor of love. He spent
Yeah.
like what?
Now, if you want to cry at a movie, you got to pop in the Notebook.
Oh, please, did you just say Notebook?
As a man, you have to see the Notebook.
Dude, I'm starting to tear right now.
Oh, okay, good. I thought you were gonna come to me first.
But there's in the Notebook. There's a million different spots in the Notebook. I mean, come on. All right, never. This is getting real weird here.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'll tell you what. For the
Talk about some
show,
tearjerkers.
I'll tell you, let's do it. Let's do a top 3 this week. The top 3 men allowed to cry movies.
There you go. Oh, see, now we're gonna go men allowed to cry or Mike Walpole is allowed to cry because I'll cry at some movies you guys probably never
No,
seen.
I'm like that too. I got a problem.
All
with
right,
that
let's
shit.
go. Let's throw it out there
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, I said,
Name one movie. I'm gonna sit there and go name one movie that you've seen that I probably haven't.
I don't know. You guys.
Okay.
All my
cry.
new ones.
Give me a crier one.
Rudy.
I know. I didn't cry.
I cry my. I always.
I
Every
never-
time I carry him out, I lose control of myself on the couch.
I saw it once in school. They made us watch it, and I didn't.
But I just want to. Just give me a lame example then.
This is not a lame. This is not a lame example. This is
the ones I'm always crying like, and I say, and the one I won't watch anymore because I couldn't handle was that $1 Million Baby.
Never saw it.
Never. The Clint Eastwood dog.
Yeah, I know exactly what it is. I know exactly what it is.
That terms of endearment for some reason. Not terms of endearment. Yeah, some reason when that little kid gets in the room that little dude whatever it was comes into that when his mom's dying in there. Oh, it's
No, I
a
didn't see
killer.
that either.
Oh, come on.
Have you? All right, this is a
There's
movie.
a bunch of scenes. Whatever. No.
I'm
losing
a
credibility
movie
here
geek.
by the minute.
No, you're not losing credibility.
I'm a movie geek by.
There's nothing wrong with a man saying that he was emotionally touched by a
I'm
movie.
a
Nothing
crier.
wrong with that.
I cried.
I'll tell you a movie that I jerked a tear at, and I didn't see it coming because I sat down watching this movie under the anticipation of comedy. Click with Adam Sandler. Didn't see that coming. Did you guys see that one at all? Because if you didn't see it, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I started watching Click.
Oh, then you didn't get to the end.
And I cannot. It was like a. I just thought it was a bad
You know what
movie.
Adam Sandler movie I did cry at was that Love Rainer Me.
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that was
because that was a serious movie.
Yeah,
and I'm a comedy Adam Sandler guy.
But he was at the end of that, man. It was.
And I sat down
That's one of his
expecting
best
comedy.
acting roles that he's ever done because he was serious in it and he was believable in that movie. You ever saw that? Love Rain on Me?
Another with Don
It's a
Cheadle,
9/11.
right?
Yeah, it's a 9/11 movie.
9/11.
Yeah, right. One of those times.
It's one of those movies you start and then you're like, oh, I got to go do something, and you say to yourself, you're going to go back and watch it. I watch a lot of movies, but I've never finished that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's one other I was thinking about.
I'm sure you cried at many Guy Fieri shows, right?
Officer and a Gentleman. Did you see that?
No.
I mean, if you're gonna go, like, are you looking for something ridiculous or something that really moved? Saving Private Ryan. I've watched it once. I cannot watch it again. I can't watch it again.
Why?
It
touched that much
because it was. I knew that a lot of he researched that, and I guess I know that people actually went through all that, real people, and you were seeing real people. He made it so lifelike, I guess, and it gave me nightmares.
I don't know.
I don't get nightmares from aliens and all these scary horror
flat
movies.
Out nightmares.
I used to get nightmares.
That movie didn't have the tear-jerking spot in it.
I've only seen it once.
It just, I guess it had, if you think about it, kind of sadness of this, the fact that this really happened. Not so much this scene gotcha.
The first time I saw the D-Day landing with the gunshots and that was the first time
I was traumatized.
That's the first time in movies you really saw, other than an axe murder split a head open where a bullet shot at the head or arms blew off. And they were running around picking his arm up after he blew it off.
It was realistic because you sat there and you said, because all those other times, like even those sci-fi movies, okay, an alien's going to bite your head off, or Freddy Krueger or Jason Scott. Yeah,
that's all just
going to come out.
Shock value.
It doesn't even look real. And half the time, you don't think you're not thinking it's real, but
what you do is you just put together a movie.
You tune it out.
You put together a movie like Platoon and Saving Private Ryan. Difference. Platoon, it got graphic, but not as much. But still, it wasn't that real believable graphic. Like you never saw.
You know why?
You know what it is? You never saw a movie where, and now with the way they could do cameras and CG, is that you never really saw the bullets on the move. Now you're seeing movies where you can hear the splattering of the piercing of a bullet.
I don't think it was so much that. It's like, because World War II was so documented, and everybody knows the famous scenes of the black and white of the guys storming the beaches at Normandy. Right. And trying to scale the walls of the cliffs of Omaha or whatever. I'm not even sure if that's even right. I'm embarrassed to say that, but you saw it. You knew exactly what it looked like. And then, but you never saw like somebody's like arm getting shot off, or you would see just people dropping because it was from a distance. Now here comes, Spielberg, and he zooms right in and shows you, boom, there goes the guy's arm, there goes his head. And to me that was one of the things that got me. I just think the realism of it, because you've seen that before, and now you're just getting details of it.
Yeah, once again, what caught me on Private Ryan was the sheer sound of it. I never heard the sound of war. When you hear bullets tearing apart through a body, or the sound of blood splattering out like that.
It was a very vivid movie.
It was close.
Didn't sound exactly like that,
but that's as far as my tear jerkers are concerned, lately I haven't watched a real movie lately. There's really nothing that really comes out at me in the theaters anymore. I mean, I don't know about you guys.
It takes something good. Like half the time, you don't even want to go to a movie unless there's a visual benefit to it.
I do want to see the American Sniper.
Yes,
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah,
I want to see it, but I'm afraid to see it for the same reason because I Googled it and I looked up the story. And
I read the story,
and I was like, oh, are you kidding?
You just know where it's going to go. It's like, do I really want to put myself through this?
Exactly.
I know where it's going. I don't want to get to the end of this.
It's like, all I kept hearing was the other one, Lone Survivor, with Mark Wahlberg. Mm-hmm. Was that it?
Yeah, I didn't see
that. And there were several other
like that. That didn't do it for me.
I didn't see it, and it was like one of those movies. Like I heard it was pretty good, and I want to see it because I know the story behind it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't put myself.
When it comes to movies, I kind of usually tend to go towards either comedies or horror movies. So there's not a lot of tear-jerking movies.
A horror movie?
Yeah.
I
never guessed that. Let me tell you something.
I love horror movies.
I've never seen a full outright horror movie. Sat through watch a horror movie ever. The worst I ever saw was Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's a reason. That's the reason to watch them. You saw a bad movie, you're like, oh, I don't want this. Isn't for me.
That was a movie.
Okay, what's a good? What do you consider a good horror movie? I mean, seriously.
I don't like those blood and gutters.
You don't so much have to be the blood and gutters.
No.
Even though it wasn't so much horror. Scream is still one of my favorite franchises of all time.
That's funny.
Okay.
Yeah, see, it's like but when it comes to
the
horror,
first one was good. Yeah,
I will say the Rob Zombie remakes of
Hills Have Eyes.
He didn't make that.
Didn't he remake that? I thought
No,
that
he
was
did
him.
not. No, the Rob Zombie remakes were the Halloween. He remade 2 Halloween movies. They were fantastic.
See, I'm such a big fan. I'll say they were all right, but to me, maybe because I like Rob Zombie, and that's why I thought I was hoping you would go that way. I liked the originals better. I just made because even 2 was a little but it was still.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not so much into the classic 80s because I think that wasn't that. Oh, it's not
now,
scary.
do you go all the way back to like Bela Lugosi?
No, I don't.
And Lon Chaney and all that.
No, I don't go.
I'm just curious.
What about me makes you think I go way back?
I figured because you were like, I'm a horror movie guy.
Yeah,
I thought you
modern.
You
know, 90s, 90s plus. 90s to today.
My gosh,
I'm like the radio stations. I'm about 90s, 2000s, and today. All right, that's my no, but movies, any movies. That's me. That's why the rarities. When I go back with the Fast Times, that was a good movie.
I think back on movies that the past movies I watched. I can't think of anyone. Rocky's coming out with a 6.
Yeah, he announced
another one.
Yes,
come on.
67 years old.
Just stop.
Did he just beat up De Niro in a movie?
Yeah, he was in some
Expendables.
No, it was a grudge match.
Grudge match. That was the worst.
Oh, I did not see that.
I can't believe De Niro did that movie. I looked at that. I watched it. I said, "You got
he owed a favor. He owed a favor.
He owed something there. What are you doing, buddy?"
I did read there's a movie coming out next year, directed by Scorsese, starring De Niro and somebody else. Like it's like one of those where it's going to be good. It's going to be one of those kind of movies.
The whole crew in there.
Yeah, the whole crew.
The whole crew's coming in. Yeah,
and it won't be grudge match.
Do you know? I actually, as I sit here, the last time I've been to a movie theater was to see The Millers.
We're the Millers?
We're the Millers.
Funny movie.
I love that movie.
Funny, very funny movie.
Yeah, the Millers were good, and I saw
Sudeikis is a hilarious man.
He was so underrated. Underrated at Saturday Night Live.
I've been
got off there. Yeah.
And see that like I've watched Saturday Night Live for years now.
He's a believable.
We talked about this before, where you guys were talking about the Eddie Murphy type era. Right. I mean, I watched the modern ones, and everyone's like, "Oh, it used to be funny. It used to be funny." I'm like, no, if you watch it, Sudeikis is a really funny guy. Bill Hader is a really funny guy.
Bill Hader's great.
These are really funny guys.
And these are why these guys didn't stick around Saturday Night Live, because the show didn't have the power it had back then. And these guys were.
They've also been on it for. They've been on it for like 7, 8 years.
They were too good for the show.
Yeah, eventually they all become too good. But yeah, we're the Millers.
That whole '90s crew that you're talking about,
the Will Ferrell and all them.
And it was Ferrell. That whole
Sandler was on that. Chris Rock was on it.
Even
the fantasy, and then you had the fantasy team of Saturday Night Live with the all one deal. Billy Crystal, remember?
So here we go again, going back to the 70s.
No, they're not. It's not the 70s.
Billy Crystal's like 90 now.
Anyway, wait.
He's still hosting the Oscars though.
What was your point before we got into the Saturday Night Live?
What was my point?
Yeah, what were you
about Jason Sudeikis being hilarious? The Millers?
Oh no, I say what? Okay, I haven't seen. I've seen 2 movies in the past 10 years. Both were in Florida.
I love the fact that
both were in Florida, and both were at that one of those lounge chair joints.
I've read about those, but I've never been to one of them.
Yeah, they were both that they down in Boca Raton. So it was my daughter. I saw the Millers with my daughter, which some say was wrong.
Then a
year before that,
that's a rated R, right? That's
year before that, I saw that Mark Wahlberg one, Ted, with my daughter.
That's
I'm sitting there with her, and at the time she's 12.
It depends on the kind of relationship you have for that one.
I had a fake sleep. I put the covers over my head.
If you're like a strict father-daughter type thing,
that when he started humping the cash register, or
yeah, right. I know he's doing the girl and behind the cash, and I'm sitting with my daughter. I'm like, and she's watching. And it's not even phasing her. I'm like, oh my God, no one told me it's a freaking teddy bear, man. I had no idea that this movie was like that.
It's. What did you think it was? An actual cuddly teddy bear?
I didn't. You know what?
It was made by the Family Guy. What do you think it's gonna do?
Well, it was a Family Guy, and it was rated R. But what I thought, I don't know what I thought. All I know is the first time I ever been in this theater with the restaurant downstairs, the Barker Loungers with the power. I had a waitress coming to me serving me a full course dinner. With
it's
drinks.
phenomenal.
Yeah, and it was comfortable, and it was the best. I can't watch a regular movie. I got to go to one of these places.
See, I'm nervous about going there now because I don't want to get spoiled.
It was like a $72 night.
Never mind. I'll go to the movies.
I'll go to a regular Well, you're not far off anymore anyway.
Yeah, but I wasn't eating popcorn. I was eating a steak.
I love movie popcorn.
Well, you can get that. You're like this. That's free. They just keep giving that.
Oh, are you serious?
You just hit the button. They bring you more.
For $72, the popcorn better be free.
No, I'm saying without the food, you hit a button and like a stewardess in an airline comes over to you and they fill up your popcorn.
Do they have these around here anywhere?
Yeah, in Warrington they have one. I think up the street from the studio somewhere.
Well, to go out to a movie anymore, basically, because you can pretty much get it in 2-3 months. They don't last long in the theaters anymore. They make their $300 billion and then they go right to video, so it can just keep on the cash cow while it's still fresh in your mind. But I mean, it's got to be something that that I know is going to be needs to be translated on a big screen, like The Hobbit or something like that, where you needed something large screen or something with any of those special effects.
I never saw any of those Lord of the Rings. None of those, whatever those things are. You're just
Lord of the Rings.
He said The Hobbit and all that.
Yeah, The Hobbit.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I never saw that either.
What's that?
The Harry Potters.
Oh no, I could never. Anybody, you like the?
You have a kid though, doesn't she?
But you like that stuff. You like that Dr. No crap, right, or whatever it's called.
Dr. No.
Doctor Who.
Doctor
Who. Right.
I know Doctor Who. I would never watch that. But.
Yeah, he's into that.
Is there?
That's Beast thing.
Is there an actor that if he's in a movie you have to see it?
Yeah, Christopher Walken.
Yeah,
I love Christopher.
But he's always like nowadays he's just like a goofy side guy nowadays.
He's my guy.
A particular actor? No, I don't think so.
I'll tell you what.
But what I am religious about, I have to what I will. There are certain things like if there's another, I know there's going to be another Bond movie. Got to see it in the theater.
Here's my
I'm
thing.
a James Bond guy.
I take it.
One thing
if Clint Eastwood's in it, I'm seeing it. Either he's in it and he's producing it, but whatever he does in movies now, it's all good. It may not be the best all the time, but it's entertaining. It's watchable. It's not a good movie. It stinks. I'm not watching it. You end up watching the whole thing.
Even Trouble with the Curve was good.
I love that. Even though it had choppy parts.
It had choppy parts, but it was still good.
In some parts, it didn't make sense.
On a good segue here. One person I will always see if he's in a movie is Justin Timberlake. If he's in the movie, because he was in Trouble with the Curve.
Yeah, he was awful in that.
Although I didn't see Trouble with the Curve. Of course,
he was awful in that movie. Man, go see him, and even when he does his little skits.
And I like it. I think he's like he's awesome. He's awesome in anything he does. I think he's freaking funny. He can sing. He can dance. He's just entertaining, generally speaking.
Yeah.
And this he was
just because he's in it.
He was okay. He was okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
I mean,
I'll see a movie. I'll see.
He's an entertaining guy. I like him on Saturday Night Live. I like him. I don't like his music. I mean, a couple of songs are cool, I guess, but I wouldn't something I follow. But he's on Saturday Night Live. He's funny.
Most of the people, if I like,
he did this movie with a time thing. We had this time on his face, man.
We're like
pretty good, man.
Yeah, we're like time was like money or something like that.
You bought
like,
your time in life, right? Yeah.
You didn't work for money. You work for time
in
life.
Time, right,
yeah, that's a good premise. I like that.
Yeah,
I did see that. That was a good movie.
That was good.
Sudeikis, I'll see any movie with him as well.
He's good. He's got no.
Now he's getting those leading roles. That's what I'm telling you. If you see the
I saw
the one with where they kill the bosses, horrible bosses.
Yeah, horrible bosses.
But you gotta see two.
I didn't see two.
You gotta see two. Gotta see two.
That's a good crew in that.
That's
movie.
a great crew. I'm a big Bateman fan. Charlie Day's funny. It's great.
If we look at the movies now, I like Seth Rogen's crew of comedy.
So do I.
And that kind of stuff. They're all good because they're off the cuff too.
You know why too? Because you can relate to their jokes. Because we grew up with that. They're our age. They're my age.
No, they become. They're Cheech and Chong legal. That's what they are. Pretty much, I used to love Cheech and Chong as a kid, and marijuana, that kind of stuff was all hidden behind their movies. Now it's almost like these guys, it's known to be in their movies. They get high, they get drunk, they make good movies, they make you laugh. A lot of sex and no violence.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm not a weed guy in any way, shape, or form, but I do find Seth Rogen movies funny, and they all usually center on weed in one way or another. But I'm entertaining that. But of non-comedies, I'm a big Ben Affleck fan. Huge Affleck fan.
Underrated.
He goes up and down. He's up and down.
A lot of people hate on him, but for no reason, it's very unjust.
He made a lot of good movies. We were just talking about him at Christmas.
And that's why he has a lot to say about things outside of Hollywood.
Yeah, he made the Argo was like a real,
Argo. Argo was tough.
I didn't sit through. I didn't watch it just because
it's tough when you sit.
I liked it.
It's a true story. I knew what was going on.
I like true stories. That just to see how close they keep it to the real thing. Yeah. There's some of them that just don't, But
the Town, you ever see the Town?
I never saw the Town. I have to see it. Evidently, I'm missing it.
He directed it too, right?
He
directed it.
He's very I'll bring it by next week. You gotta watch that.
Yeah, he's very underrated as a director. I'm
still trying in the old days.
And he's going to be Batman.
It used to be. It used to be. It used to be. You know, I was a typical De Niro, Al Pacino, that kind of Watkins, and I used to like Sean Connery too, and Gene Hackman, guys like that. The old, they're all pretty much fading away as it is, except for De Niro and Pacino just keep making movies left and right. But those guys, they fade away. I mean, and the only one I really will make sure I see his movies or something is Clint Eastwood. That's it. He's right now. He's the only one that I can, and I like it when it comes to serious stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if Clint Eastwood does any comedy. He did those Every Which Way But Loose series. Remember them with the monkey and all? He had like 4 or 5 of those.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but they weren't bad movies either because he was always beating somebody up, and that's what Clint Eastwood did. He was beating and shooting somebody.
He handcuffed himself for a little bit there. If he wasn't the unknown cowboy, he was Dirty Harry. Right. And if he wasn't Dirty Harry, he was some kind of soldier in some war somewhere. Right.
Then he got into his head a little bit and started writing about stuff like stories. I think he started out with the first one that really won anything was
Bridges
Unforgiven.
Well, yeah. Well, again, he was still a cowboy in it, but that wasn't he in like. But
it was the acting in there was good. It was like he started going into this dry humor in some of his hardcore movies.
Yeah.
When I say hardcore, I mean
you couldn't pay me to watch a cowboy movie.
But that wasn't like a cowboy movie. That was more of like a story. That was a situation, and he had great actors in it. That's one thing about Clint Eastwood. He puts in the best between the Sean Penns, DiCaprio. That's a guy I'll see his movies. Yeah. This guy, to me, right now, he's the best in the business. He can play anything. Mm-hmm. There's nothing this kid can't. I don't know. This kid, he's 40 years old already.
Yeah, he can't be 40 yet.
He's 40.
No, he's
40.
Pull it up.
Pull it up.
He can't be checking. He can't be 40. But
I think he's close to it.
He did the basketball diaries 20 years ago.
He got serious quick.
Yeah.
Where he stopped doing the.
You know what happened? His when he did the Aviator, when he started playing real people.
Mm-hmm.
He started acting like real people. When he become method actor.
No, he's not. He's 40.
He's 40.
I told you
he's 40. Yeah.
I told you he's 40. He started playing these. He plays characters, not just fake characters, but real live people. Gets to know the character. I think he played J. Edgar Hoover. I mean, it wasn't the best movie, but he played the character himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, well, of course, Wolf of Wall Street. Forget about it.
I still need to see that.
What?
I know.
Get out of the office.
I might. It's on Netflix. I may watch. No, I just never had to do it.
Look, even
Shutter Island.
Vic's,
that was good.
Vic's yelling.
It was a little weird, but it was good.
Even he's watched the movie a couple times. Oh, you're having some fun, man, dude. Oh, that's it.
That's one. But that's one I truly do want to see.
And he started off on Growing Pains.
Yeah.
As her boyfriend, what do you call it?
Who's that?
Leo.
Oh yeah. He's done a lot. He did one with De Niro, Urban something, or he played a kid in De Niro. Was his stepfather or something like that.
He was the kid in The Quick and the Dead.
I don't know that movie.
Yeah.
Quick, it's a cowboy movie. Gene Hackman.
Yeah, okay. We don't need to do a Wikipedia of all his movies. That's not the point here. It's the point is that I said that he's a character that I won't he's in the movie. I want to see it, especially now because I know the type of roles he's playing. He's not playing those B movie type or B character. He's top notch. He is the dude, man. I mean,
there's certain people like.
Remember when he beat out Vinny on Entourage for the one show for the one role? Remember when he told me he was going to be Aquaman in the one Entourage and he got pissed off?
Oh, no.
So Ario, get me that
No,
role.
but he was joking. But it was a rumor because they said, no, Leo won't go near the water since Titanic. That was the exact line they said.
That's it, right.
I remember that. They said, Leo won't go near the water since Titanic.
Right. Yeah, and I think even the Django Unchained was his small part he had in that was really good.
I thought he was the main guy in that.
No, it was that the German actor was really good. I forget his name.
Martin Schultz.
He is excellent. He was good in
Christopher Waltz.
Yeah, Christopher Waltz.
Yeah.
He was the German lieutenant in what was it when the Nazis were the Jews were chasing the Nazis in that movie with Brad Pitt.
Inglourious Basterds.
Oh yeah, I love that movie.
I like Pitt too.
Yeah, Pitt.
He's old, but I mean, also see a Pitt movie.
He gets good movies. He picks and chooses good roles. He's not in bad movies.
Because the thing is, you can. I mean, as much as I like Mark Wahlberg or like The Rock and things like that, like they'll put out like 4 movies a year.
Right.
But you guys like Leo and Pitt, they have one. They do one movie and they take it serious. And
I think that's what hurts my Robert De Niro thing. He just bangs out movies after movies. He does. I don't know what kind of contract he has, but he has got to always work, and he don't stop. For the most part, I mean, he's got to be at least 2 a year. At least. And then some of them aren't even big roles. Or just,
Best movie that Brad Pitt was ever in was 12 Monkeys when he played you didn't see that? Okay, never mind.
I didn't see it.
I
know what it is.
Listen, I think his best role was True Romance, where he sat on the couch and smoked dope and he offered everybody who walked through the living room pot.
We'll try to bring us back towards sports in anyway. Moneyball. Did you see his
Great movie.
Great movie.
Yep.
Who could make a book about baseball statistics and make it a good movie?
And those two characters work, and then you get to him. What's his name?
Jonah
Hill.
To me, he's not DiCaprio, but what he's
trying to be.
What he turned into from the little fat boy from all the Supermom or Super. What was it?
He was in Superbad.
Superbad, and I just saw him in another one where he's a little guy, all fat.
He was in Click actually. He played the fat son in Click. He's in his first like 10 roles were just token fat kid, and from that to become Oscar winner.
What's that movie where
I was the token fat kid too.
You're not an Oscar winner though.
What's the movie where he's a babysitter? He's babysitting and he's driving the kids around.
I think it's called The Babysitter.
Is that The Babysitter? That was a good movie. I like that. He was funny.
I did see that movie. Unfortunately, I did see it.
Yeah, because you know what he is? He delivers lines.
Mm-hmm.
And they come out of him, and these lines he delivers can only come out of him the way he does stuff. He gets away with that.
Yeah, he's a real funny guy.
Yeah, I think he's part of that. He's part of that crew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want a little shout out to my girl Tara. She provides me. She is my ambassador to laughter, evidently. Just checking in on her tweet here. Tara from New York, checking in with the sports Goombahs. We need more laughter around here. No, do we? I thought you were supposed to provide the laughter in this joint.
I laugh at some of the things he says. Yeah,
I will laugh at this. He can't prove that I didn't win an Oscar because it would probably be a movie from 20 years ago we would never see.
Yeah,
so right there, I could have lied and said, "Oh, it was something I made in '86." You wouldn't know. You don't go back that far.
Well, for the catering on the movie, you won an Oscar.
Yes.
I won't argue. I don't know.
I just watched a documentary on its 25-year anniversary of what movie? The legendary Field of Dreams.
Is it really already?
Yeah, and
I saw that.
I thought it was older than that.
I saw that too. I looked at 90.
I never saw it.
I thought it was 89.
90.
Really? 25
years. So, and I'm watching Costa and who's interviewing? Who do you think's interviewing him? Sports guy.
Oh God, no, not Costas, right?
It was awful. I said,
oh my God, did he kiss him?
Let me tell you, and that's exactly what it looked like. I'm watching Costa
like leaning in.
Yeah. He's like man love. He's like staring at Costa like this, like he actually played the game. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh come on, please get someone else to do this interview. Give us a break, you know? Oh man, I can't.
Has Kevin Costner done anything relevant in 25 years?
He's actually making. It seems like he's making a comeback.
That football movie was terrible, man.
Oh, Draft Day.
Oh, you don't tell me you like that.
I enjoyed Draft Day.
Oh man, yeah, he was
that.
He was unbelievable. And Dennis Leary, who I love, Dennis Leary.
I don't like Dennis
Leary. Is funny. His stand-ups, his two stand-ups. No Cure for Cancer.
I don't find anything about Dennis Leary funny.
The best stand-ups. Well, you know, I liked him in the fireman show.
Yeah, was it like Ladder 49?
That was the show we had on
FX. Yeah.
What's it called? Rescue Me.
Rescue Me.
Rescue Me. Dennis Leary.
They're all one firefighter. They're all the same.
Yeah, that was good. That was good cast, good comedy cast, a serious comedy cast.
But Kevin Costner, he's made a couple. I mean, he was in Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit.
What's that?
It's a reboot. They're rebooting all the.
I know what it is.
Clancy novels.
But you know what? He's talking about. He's talking about when he was Untouchables, Field of Dreams. He was a '90s.
Yeah, he was definitely a '90s.
Bull Durham was his claim to fame. It still is. I mean, Waterworld was
a bomb.
Watchable, but a bomb because it was weird. You know what I mean? The whole thing was. And then he had what was the baseball one that everybody loves that I don't like?
Bull Durham.
No, the other one, the recent one.
The most recent one. That was God. That's what do you call it? Chapel. He played the pitcher.
Yeah, he played the pitcher.
For the love of the game.
Oh yeah. Did you like that? I didn't like.
I liked it.
I watched it. To me, it was.
Is that the one the Detroit Tigers?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I never saw it, but I'm aware that it exists. But we're talking baseball movies. Nothing's better than Major League.
No, for Major League One, that was one.
Major League
One of our tops. I was one of our tops when we did our top 5.
And it's one of those things where it's rare for me to praise an old movie, but Major League One
it's a great movie.
Funny.
It's a great
movie cast too.
For its time, you know. It's some of it's like it was a comedy, but it had some kind of real to it to a point, and it was funny. And Major League 2 wasn't bad. It wasn't as good, bad. But it was
right.
okay.
Field of Dreams was '89.
Whatever. It's 25
years.
One way or the other.
2014.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. It's 25 years. Well, I don't know. This interview might have been 3 months ago.
I was giving you the credit. Yeah. 2014 was 25 years.
Right. So what was I saying?
Major League.
Yeah, Major League. Why was I saying Major League?
Because it's a great movie.
Yeah, well, okay.
It was
We
one
just,
of
we just throwing out great movies? A baseball movie?
You're the one talking about it right now. You got mad at me for it.
I'm not getting mad at you.
But I think that it withstood the test of time. Major League.
I'll watch. If it's on TV,
It was just
I'll watch
it was just on over the weekend. I watched it again.
And that's a crew of guys who really don't play in sports movies.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, nobody on
Sheen
there.
and
Sheen. I don't
Snipes.
think Sheen's played another sports movie. Oh yeah, he was in some. Oh, he was in 8 Men Out, which I like that movie too. Black Sox movie. You ever see that?
That was really
nah,
good. Yeah.
I heard
that's a
of
good
it.
movie. That's a good storytelling movie. That told the story. If you didn't know, that's the only two. Sheen. That's the only time I seen him in another sports movie. I think. I don't know.
Who's that?
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
he was Major League 1 and 2, and then 8 Men Out.
I was trying to think. Was he in Field of Dreams? No, he wasn't.
No.
That
was he? No, it
was Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Ray Liotta was in that.
Ray Liotta. That was pre
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas, yeah.
Oh, it was one of the.
Yeah, it was 1990.
He had to put one of the best lines in the movie too. Then when they asked him about whatever, and they said, "Yeah, Ty Cobb wanted to comb, but we all hated him back in real life, so we told him to stick it." He had a great line. It was one of the best lines.
He had that Ray Liotta laugh at the end of that.
So we told him to stick it.
He bring that same laugh to Goodfellas too.
Oh yeah.
One of the things you really don't get these days is a good sports movie. Like even Moneyball was a sports movie, but it wasn't about on the field action.
No.
You don't see a lot of back in the 90s. They
were
were just throwing them out left and
the
right.
last real good sports movie I saw was Cinderella Man. As far as with boxing,
I don't consider boxing a sports movie. I don't.
Okay.
Just like I don't.
I think you got to give it to him because you don't think soccer's a sport either. So
I think it's not. It's that's my
If
stupidity.
it's a one-on-one thing, I don't know what I'm saying, but a one-on-one thing isn't really a sports movie to me. Like it's easy to make that action a boxing. Like I mean, like a true sports, like a team on the field.
If you have a beer, it's a bar fight. So what's the difference? I
you really
understand
can't. You can't. Unless it's a comedy. It really hasn't been one.
I think
about
the
it.
last really truly good one was Any Given Sunday. That was a phenomenal movie.
But see, that was I like that movie because it was an all-star cast. It just had cameos. Yeah. Everybody who was around that day got in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
The actual the video of it and that kind of stuff was kind of like
what you mean, like the on the field stuff?
Yeah, I mean it was Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, they showed enough of it
Jamie
to where
Foxx being Randall Cunningham is what he was.
Yeah,
that
was Vick before.
Yeah. No, well, that was way before Vick.
Why no?
Yeah, so I mean, but that was you're right. It's good. I mean, I think Pacino had a good line in that. Good lines in that. He played that coach pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But they put all the ball players in there to play. What's his name? Got to start there. The running back. Yeah, for the not the running. He played running back. He was a rap singer. LL Cool J. That's where he got his movie start. And he took
did a couple movies, but yeah,
he took that.
Who was in that movie? Terrell Owens. He was one of the
wide receivers.
He was a wide receiver.
Yep. That's right. That's when he was good with San Francisco. That's how old that movie is.
He tried to do that same move now. He'd request that I want to be the fifth lead.
Yeah,
I want all the lines.
Right.
He didn't say a word.
Is he on? He's
Apprentice.
What's he doing? Oh man, they must need ratings.
That's why I said no. Not they. He's probably legitimately wants the job. He's not. Usually it's like, oh, it's for charity for the celebrity.
Right,
no, he's like legit.
I watch it.
Can I get hired if I win this?
I watch it, and he's actually kind of quiet on there. I mean, I was shocked because I know because we grew up with this personality around here for several years, and
because he's so out of his element.
Yeah, he did actors in there.
It's just funny to watch because what they do is they're not stupid, and it's not that they're hurting for ratings. They're not. You throw 20 celebrities together that don't get along, or some, and it's orchestrated to set you up in cliques to make you fight with everybody.
Right. Well,
and it's just like
you're gonna have a Reverend Jesse Jackson, and then you're gonna have who's the old he was on ESPN Countdown from Rush Limbaugh. Like you're gonna throw no, he's not. No, they're not literally on it, but you're gonna throw them on a show because know they're gonna clash.
Yeah, exactly, and it's. You can't fault them.
I never saw the
advertising.
I never saw.
I watched it back. The one season I watched it back was the very first one.
Yeah, I didn't.
But I
watch
haven't seen it since. I don't know what the premise is anymore. It's like
because all they do is Celebrity Apprentice. There's no actual Apprentice show.
They don't do it anymore.
I don't hear you're fired type stuff anymore like he used to do.
He does. Yeah, he does it every week. It's not even that. It's here what they do. It's all for charity now.
Yeah,
and they don't do the regular Apprentice because they did it like 3 or 4 of them, I guess, or somewhere along those lines, just to have somebody because it was a way for the Don to get on TV and be all about it because that's what he's about. And you can't blame him because if you're not in the spotlight,
Yeah.
If you're not selling yourself, you're not. Then that's what he is.
Well,
He has to sell himself in order to make all those billions of dollars. But
I think he's fine without the show. He's fine.
You go to but look at when he wasn't on. He was always interjecting himself in his other people's business,
right,
to get himself back in the line. I'm going to buy the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, or I'm going to fight with
Rosie O'Donnell. That kind of shit. So the show
told Bill Maher that he's suing him for $5 million for saying that his head was a baboon hairdo or something.
Whatever it is. He just for him, this is his vessel, and you know what? There's a lot of things. Whatever it is, I like it because I never watch it, but once they've started putting celebrities on there, I thought it would be funny because, oh my God, are you kidding me? This person's on it, and I know they're going to fight with that other person, so you watch it. It's just you just know it's going to be funny or interesting TV, right. and that's basically. And you know what? It's for charities, and anytime somebody makes money for charities for juvenile diabetes or St. Jude's Hospital or whatever, 1.5 million somebody won 1 year for their charity. That's a lot of money. That saved a lot of kids. So hey, what the hell? Why not?
What are you talking about? I lost that.
For the prize for the apprentice.
I know what he's talking about. I was letting him go. There you go. Throw the flag.
Throw the flag to you guys.
All right. To thank all our sponsors. Auto Magic Car Care. Mm-hmm. Auto Magic Car Care.
That's 215-322-2561.
There you go. Maybe you should do the commercial now. You got a better voice for that crap. Boogaloo Vape Shop. Boogaloo Vape Shop. Gotta get used to with these braces. You can't say shit, man. I'm telling you, I'm ripping in my teeth trying to, I'm spitting all over myself saying half this stuff. Check out Boogaloo Vape Shop. Check them out on Facebook. We're in Collinsdale, PA. 610-915-3035. Make a reservation. Go in there and get vaped. Whatever it is. I got to try that. I got to see what that stuff is.
That just doesn't sound.
Do you smoke cigarettes?
No, I don't smoke cigarettes.
Well, that's what it's for. It's an alternative to smoking cigarettes.
I mean, is there flavors?
Okay, remember
possibly,
Pat the Bat?
Yeah, possibly.
Remember Pat the Bat with his little thing?
I know guys who smoke that vape. I thought, you know what? Oh, I'm thinking that hookah.
Yeah, I knew you were thinking of hookah.
That's what I'm thinking about.
I knew you were thinking of hookah this whole time.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Because you likened it to marijuana earlier.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe you're thinking of the wrong thing here.
This is a place so people who need to smoke can go.
Yeah. Because vape, you can smoke vape indoors. You can smoke it anywhere. You can smoke.
I'm thinking they got that what looks to be as a bong with all those tubes going out. Oh, I got them confused.
Well, I'm glad you did research tonight.
I should read my advertisements more.
Seriously.
Hey, but if you got a pizzeria, I can tell you about pizzas. Don't worry about that. I won't mess that up. Also, Seal Roof and give Seal a call. You know those guys. 215-533-4066. You check them out at sealroofing.net. Cassidy King, got my chef to the left, Brendan B.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to be back next week when we'll be talking about the NFL and
previewing the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Any shouts you want to give for the last couple minutes?
You can follow me on Twitter at Walpeezy at WALPEEZY.
B?
Nope.
He also wants you to follow me on Twitter.
Follow Mike on Twitter at WEBEEZY.
You guys got to get you. I want next week. I want Instagrams from everybody. I don't care what the female problem is. I'll
let you tell her that.
I don't even know what that means.
Listen, Mrs. Chef's got an Instagram. All your daughters have Instagram. Do you know how I know?
Because they follow us.
Liking my shit. Cassidy King, Chef to left. Mikey the Wall. And then this is the Sports Goombahs. Come join us next week, same time, 9 o'clock. www.sgshow.net. Powered by thesportsgoombahs.com.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell your friends and family. Have a good one.